I love that now.
You know, I'm surprised the Twitch chat hasn't gotten tired of it since it's now my screen transition.
I love it.
Just Steve, just nonstop. I was like, look, I put in so many hours into 5 seconds of footage. I'm milking the fuck out of it.
It's good.
Which, you know, I did. Hello and welcome to oh wait. I reset my entire PC last week after the consistent crashes. I spent like all of Saturday reinstalling all my programs and things like that. I don't know. We're kind of testing the waters here, but let's see. Welcome to TokuTonic Shift. Okay. All right. I haven't fully put in everything from the soundboard yet, but it's there. And Ash is back, and he's got some fans in the chat.
Damn, you got a couple fans.
Yeah. We got Humongous in the chat.
Yeah, we got Humongous in the chat. Damn, out there. You got some Humongous fans out there.
MN Lopez.
So, a lot of them. But yes, Ash, you're finally back. You've been gone for 2 weeks. What's been going on?
It's been a saga. I bought a house. I bought a unit. It took me 2 weeks to have internet set up because there was this whole thing with like the cables inside the house where they were just like, according to like my technician friend who went up there, like all the cables up in the roof are like 50 plus years old, so they're just slowly rotting. So I had to get a new cable installed for that. That's like the cheapest cable installation I did for a carton of Pepsi. I missed a lot while I was gone, from content creators being exposed to Pookie having hot takes. I missed a lot while I was away, but I don't know if we'll talk about all of that. But hey, it's good to be back.
I mean, Pookie gave us enough for like the whole episode, essentially.
Pookie gave us enough for like past 12 months.
He jumped in the Twitter space today for like an hour and was answering questions.
Oh, what do you
Get
say?
the fuck
And
out.
I have the
sleeping on
bookmark.
this
I have the whole transcript already.
Oh
my
my
God.
god!
Can you shoot me that space? I might listen to it when I go to bed.
I have the live tweets from everything you said. I gotta find this. They're still live. It's been like 8 hours. They're just in there. Like, he already left, but like it's still going. So I can't.
Who did he talk to in the space? Like, he's
Legion.
Okay, Legion. Yep.
Cosmic Ranger was in there. Jin, Saku, like
Jin.
all the people do spaces.
Yeah. I'm usually like sleeping at work when I do them.
Joe, I got the receipts. I got the whole. I had a stenographer in there just.
Yeah. If spaces could let me use my like setup here, then I'd jump into more of them. I don't like how I have to be on my phone.
No, you could do it on your computer. You just have to allow access on Google Chrome for your microphone.
Oh.
Yeah, even I've jumped in on spaces before from my computer.
When you were on the Twitters.
Yes, back in the day. Back in the before time.
Back in the before times. Yeah.
So yeah, obviously you came back right at the perfect time with Cosmic Fury all dumping last night, which you're not done with it.
Yeah, I was going to say, heads up, I'm only 5 episodes in. I haven't seen it all. Probably after this podcast, I'm going to binge the remaining 5 episodes and put those reviews out as the day goes by. They've been doing okay. They've been chugging along. But yeah, so no big spoilers. I had to sort of like delete all the community posts because people were sort of giving away spoilers. So I'm trying to like delete. So yeah, we have that. So please no spoilers in the chat.
Dolphin Masters are in it.
Oh no,
they are in it.
Yep.
They morph. There's an intro
they
song.
morph.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's Zords. There's Zords.
Hey,
they morph for outer space, saving the human race.
It's kind of cosmic.
Yeah.
All
It's kinda
cosmic,
Fury.
no brownie.
Yeah.
while I'm prepping up for Cosmic Fury, I actually watched Dino Fury on my own
Yes.
time.
When I was last year, you were 2 episodes in, and you were like, "Eh."
Yep. And I literally finished it this morning and then jumped right into Cosmic Fury after that because I was up until like 1 a.m. I got to like episode 19. And then this morning when I woke up, I watched 20, 21, and 22. Then I got through my work day. And then after work was over, it was on to Cosmic Fury.
What'd you think?
Right.
Thoughts,
Not
comments,
that.
concerns.
And in terms of Dino Fury, honestly, look, I skipped season 1. Season 1 just didn't capture me. I jumped to the end of season 1. I watched all of season 2. Surprisingly enjoyed it. Had some emotional moments. I did get, choked up during, revelations at the end. Though I saw them coming. The execution was good.
Okay.
Done. So I actually really enjoyed that. The cheesiness grew on me, and I actually ended up enjoying the campy nature to it because it's like, as I've gotten older, I've developed that dad humor. And there's definitely some jokes in here that I completely just this vibes with me just fine.
You said they're taking notes. You're like, oh, this will work later on.
Wow, you cried. Ooh.
So there were some of those moments. I didn't cry. I got choked up. No tears actually came down. Same thing happened with Cosmic Fury. I also ended up getting choked up during some scenes that I won't spoil for Ash's sake. But definitely there was a moment that I was not expecting to happen. I was like, oh, okay. That was a thing. I will say this about Dino Fury. My favorite morphing sequence.
Oh, okay.
After watching it so many times, I was like, this is a very tasteful transformation sequence for the Rangers morphing. Like, it was good.
I feel like it's like the musical sting that adds to it as well, sort of like that bass, the doo that they do.
Which major downgrade once we got to Cosmic Fury. Once the Cosmic Fury suits came in, I was like, oh no, they're just doing flips and shit. No, basic.
That's all you said. I was like, oh, they're going to the animals still.
Yeah. Fun fact: did you know that I think one of the guys that does the music for Parks and Rec does the music for Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury?
Oh, I
Parks and Recreations. Yeah. I don't know if he did the theme, but I think Bert Seelan, he was credited as one of the musicians for Parks and Rec, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's
a good show. I like that show.
Me too.
But yeah, back to intros. Mark, how are you doing?
All right, I had a long work week, so I'm tired.
But I'm in the same boat.
One of the best comic books ever came out this week. Issue 12 of Power Rangers.
Ooh, bad ending.
Oof. I tell everyone who's been saying, "Oh, no Power Rangers," right? Go read the comics.
Oh yeah,
just go read. And I bought a lot of DC stuff too, but yeah, go read the freaking Power Ranger comics right now. It's so good. It'll hold you over. Trust me.
Hold you over for a month until Radiant Black comes back.
October 11th.
I know.
They haven't had a Radiant Black since July 20th.
Really? It's been that long? Holy crap.
I'm kind of curious based on where we are in Radiant Black to see what we're going to keep up with.
And I don't know shit of what you guys are talking about.
Is there a reason why it got pushed back?
Well, it's 2 comics now. Cover A and Cover B are 2 different stories.
Oh, yeah. Oh. True.
And yeah, but they do have the anniversary for The Walking Dead. So I think in October or November, all the Massiver stuff are going to have Walking Dead connecting covers. So like the Dead Lucky and all of them will connect in one big banner.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I might have to get them.
Also kind of mad. I'm my Master Morpher, even though I got in really early. I'm apparently in the November wave.
Oh,
what? Mine's at my mom's. I got to pick it up eventually.
I've already been seeing scalpers with it.
Oh, dude, they're trying to sell for like $200.
Damn.
Also, you don't get all the coins. Sometimes some people are getting duplicates of certain coins.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I need to get that from my mom's
one, and they're getting double white or double green or double zero.
Yeah, I think I need to pick that up from my mom's ASAP to make sure I got all the coins.
Hasbro treats their toy releases like they treat Power Rangers itself. They could care less about consistency.
Ooh. Yeah, that's That's pretty much how that's going on that. I did not manage to get my hands on the Master Morpher. When I got paid on Wednesday, I was like, "Ooh, let me," and it's gone.
Ooh, dude, they put up extra waves too, and I tried to tell everyone, like tweets and like Discord, but like, hey, another wave went open. Now's your chance. But I think they may allocate more. They've done this before with GI Joe stuff, so check it every while or so. You'll see maybe it'll pop up on there. I also think there's gonna be a lot of buyer's remorse too. Everyone's buying it up. It's JDF. Let's buying it up like crazy. Look at, sadly, when he passed, all the merch people are selling the reaction figures, the little $12 Target ones for like $50-$60, but you can still go anywhere and find like their peg warmers. If you're on like Lightning Collection Facebook page, you'll get one post going, "How much do you think this is worth?" And it's like a Lightning Collection done by JDF. I was like, oh, I fucking hate you right now for just asking how much that's worth, because it's like got his autograph on it. Like, at least hold on to that. I got signed by him. I won't say it out loud, but it has the word legacy in it. Oh, okay. I think the only thing I've got signed by JDF is the first box that Shout put out that's behind me in the background.
Ooh, nice.
Great. All right, and then Cloudy. How you doing?
Pretty good. I've been playing the Star Ocean demo. I finished the 3 hours. It was nice. I did both runs. I'm definitely getting that game immediately the moment it comes out. And I'm also currently looking at my phone waiting for a certain text to go pick up my folks. That's about it. Because I've got my birthday this Sunday, so I got to go pick up my family.
Cool. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'll be doing a different birthday celebration on that Sunday. So
I know. Happy birthday to Cal.
Yes, it's my son's 5th birthday.
Nice.
So
I feel very old now, because of the age difference between me and your son.
I mean, it makes sense.
I'm the literal child
here.
So
I know.
I'm ancient.
Thanks for the happy birthdays, guys.
Gonna be having an Among Us birthday party. I got one of those inflatable Among Us suits.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yep.
You
might see some pictures of me in that on Sunday.
If that suit survives the party, will you incorporate that into reviews?
He's already got bits going. He already recorded some.
No, I have not, because that's gonna be. It's one of them blow up suits. You're gonna hear the fan going off on it like consistently.
Yeah.
That's gonna be.
You can't take the audio out of that. That's easy to do.
But that's the charms.
Load up Reaper and just isolate it.
What persona is that gonna be? Let's see. Best name for the persona in the chat. Let's see. Suspect.
Among Fury.
Among Fury. Well, it can't be worse than Hibiki's drip. Come on, he's got that red jacket now. It's all right.
Suspended in time.
He survived. He's vanquished all his foes and made friends along the way.
Speaking of which, Ash, minor sidebar here. Because of one of your earlier videos on your predictions for Cosmic Fury, I really can't wait to hear your thoughts on it.
Okay.
Because there's one thing you said a while ago. I really want to see if you remember the connection there.
Oh, okay then. All right. I think I know which one, but yeah.
Mega Ghost.
I'll tell you once you're done.
Alrighty. I don't want to get a big spoiler for
I'm not gonna tell you. Yeah.
All right.
Big Bad Night, the next mutation.
Big Bad Night, the next mutation.
That's a combination of 3 shows.
All I thought was Big Beetleborg or whatever the fuck.
No, it's like all the other Saban shows.
Yep. Because you have Mystic Knights in there as well.
Oh.
Big Bad Night, the next mutation, which is Mutant Ninja Turtles. So yeah, all that in there. All right. So I did not gather proper screenshots for it, nor did I want to risk the PC crashing on me.
Are we talking about King-Ohger?
Yeah, my second favorite
King-Ohger, aka Tachibana Ohger?
Yes.
I figured you were going to be hype on that, but no, we're talking about Gotchard first.
I have a 27-minute long video that's in the drafts right now about it.
We're really hyped
about
the King-Ohger
Tachibana-san.
Yeah.
Coming back and surprisingly having the powers to make undeads.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, trust me. I was like, this is now peak. This is peak.
The connections are
Super
limitless.
Sentai. If they put a park bench in this, it's over.
You know,
I mean, I figured you would enjoy that aspect, but of course, I still had qualms based off of the pacing of how the episode went.
I knew it instantly when I saw it, like heard him and talking this. I was like, is that Tachibana? I was like, is he gonna shoot people randomly for no reason?
maybe. The worst thing is, I saw like the scenes that I knew like Zio would be like, oh, he's gonna have an issue with this. He's gonna have an issue with this for sure. And then there are also the scenes where I was like, but he's also gonna like this, but he's also gonna like that, so he's gonna be conflicted.
It was one of those episodes. But you know what? No, we got to talk about mid-charge first. We got to talk about, you know,
it wasn't mid. It was just,
I mean,
a show. It's
my
just
video
a
analytics
show.
for Gotchard are mid, but that's besides the point.
It was an episode of a toku that was, you know.
Look, even for like my reviews, when it comes to Gotchard, it's not hitting the numbers that like Gates was doing either. Like it was a dramatic drop off after episode 1.
Well, you can see it on your social media. I can tell you right now, social media, like everyone is more into the Kemi cards as a product than the actual show.
Oh yeah,
and I've got some leaked scans for the next magazine that's coming out because they're taking a month off, and I already know the whole batch of cards they showed that aren't even in phase 0 or phase 1. So they're going to be blowing through these card releases. It's going to be insane. I think
the next wave is not coming up until November anyway.
Yeah, they already basically almost half of all the new cards and new chemis that haven't been shown anywhere already got leaked.
Damn.
Oh yeah, I saw the scans earlier. So.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn.
And then of course I got my hands on the hack codes forum so I could print out my chemi cards with the right codes on there. So I redid my Kabuto Hanafuda cards with the actual Kabuto codes on there.
So when that coming out?
Did you get your driver yet?
Oh yeah, I got it.
He hates it. He absolutely hates it, by the way.
Busy for so long. Oh wow. Yeah, I didn't see that big multicolored brick up there.
It's because it's like he says it's the most difficult to use.
2 things.
Oh, the 25th anniversary veil. I mean,
Nice. Did you get that on the low for the Deathstream driver?
Yes,
that
the
good
equivalent
price?
of like $63.
Yep.
So really, really nice. After missing out on it the first time, but hey, I mean, when it first came out, that thing was like $180. So
yeah, I know. That's why I was like, no, I'm not getting it right away. Like, cancel the pre-order.
Well, this
nice.
I fucking hate this.
Yeah, he hates that shit.
This is the worst driver ever.
It's the easiest.
He can't get it to work. The cards have to be in a certain way.
Yes, it barely reads the cards. It
like
barely
a skill issue.
That's what I was gonna type in, but I didn't want to poke the bear.
Oh, I'll poke the bear. I don't care.
I've tried it. I've tried it multiple times. Even like earlier, I was like, yeah, you know, let me try it. Hold on.
If you close them, like to pop the cards out, if you go hard enough, it launches the cards out like a toaster.
I was always, see, my thing about that is
now because I'm here.
It always felt like it was gonna break whenever you do that.
Yeah,
you're just not chosen.
It's always with this one.
Maybe you just have a bad one.
You try turning it off and then back on. Maybe a Windows update.
Literally just did that. See, now I won't read this one.
Maybe you just have a really bad driver.
Are they brand new fresh batteries or batteries from another driver?
No, fresh batteries. I keep a stack of them. My company like gives me so many batteries. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't feel like reaching. See, I could just probably grab mine. It'll be instant every time.
All right, Mark, let's see it.
I don't want it. I don't want to get out. I'm cozy.
See. So yeah, not a fan. Like I've never experienced a driver not reading its gimmick so badly ever before.
But if it was fine, where would you rate it?
Where would I rate this one?
Yeah, if it was perfectly fine, like everything.
If it was perfectly fine, like a 5 out of 10. But because it sucks, it's like a 1 out of 10. It's literally my least favorite driver that I own. It's my buyer's remorse of this year.
Really? That bad?
Ooh.
So
yes. Last year was the Power Sword. This year, it's the Gotcha driver.
The brick. Okay.
It's literally a brick.
It's not fun,
Buyer's
apparently.
remorse.
Yeah, it'd probably be more fun to chuck this thing than it would be actually just, it's a good thing it's just staying on the shelf. So
Now,
You get more joy out of it just throwing it through like some random idiot's house.
does your opinion of the driver affect your need for more Chemi cards now?
oh, absolutely not. I'm still buying a lot of them.
I hate
I'm just glad I'm not the only one who's just like, because
I hate him because I know how he's gonna open it, and it disturbs me every
He's gonna
single
cut them
fucking
off.
time.
dude, that's the best.
I'm gonna come up with a
Cloudy
new
with that
cutting
was-
method next time.
And next time he's just gonna come out with like,
knives.
I bought a medieval guillotine just to open these cards.
Yeah, so I also changed the back of my Hanafuda cards to have the Kabuto face on there. So when they are in the gacha driver, it actually has the Kabuto face on there.
You all have so much free time.
When the purchase, come on.
What were you talking about free time? That took me only 30 minutes to make. It's not that bad. So yeah, now on to this. Actually, no. Ash, you've been gone for 2 weeks. How you been feeling about Gotchard?
Like I've been enjoying it, but it is moving very slowly. It feels like because we're setting up all the characters. It's sort of like when you watch like an early toku, like it is an early like a toku for the first time, and it's just like that slow burn that you feel through. Except this is like week to week, so we're really feeling that slow burn. I get it. They're setting up the characters, they're setting up the mystery and stuff like that. But I feel like the interest, like even looking at my views and my like audience rendition for it, it looks like people aren't interested in this series. People like it, but I feel like people are falling off it by the looks of it.
That brings up an interesting point that I've been wondering for a while now. I brought this up with some guys on Discord, but I've been thinking like, don't you think like nowadays a lot of people aren't into like the slow burn kind of format when it comes to like their shows? Because I know we grew up with that kind of stuff, so that's why like slower, more methodical movies can like we tend to a while now. But nowadays people don't really like that kind of thing.
It's a generation thing.
Yeah. I've watched animes and stuff like that weekly, other shows weekly from time to time. Rider, I just feel like I feel more burnt out because there's a whole process I've got to do. I've got to get the episode, download the episode, then watch the episode, and then whether like other older like stuff that's been out for years, I can just grab all of that, watch it, binge it, from time to time, and I feel like this is like my. We're on the fifth Heisei. I didn't watch 01 and I didn't watch 01 and Saber week to week. Revice I eventually did, but I feel like I'm getting a little bit burnt out watching this stuff week to week, but I'm still enjoying it a little bit.
Okay.
I think it's also.
While on the subject on Saber, fuck Saber, fuck Storius.
He got
just like that.
You see, Storius I can understand because I told him that he was gonna hate his reasoning more than Solomon.
Simpsons did it. That was the whole reason he was mad, because the Simpsons did it first. That was it. I was just like, wow.
Have you gotten to the actual last episode yet?
Oh, I thought we were done, but no, there's apparently one more episode left after this that we'll be watching.
Yeah, it's
tomorrow.
the Revice crossover.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're gonna see that. He's gonna see that.
No.
Yeah, he's gonna see what early Revices was supposed to be like.
Dude, okay, I like to be positive stuff. I was ready to be like, I don't want to watch Revice. If it's
after
like this, I don't want to watch it.
It was bad.
I didn't care. And that seeing the poster of like the suit was like, oh, Revice could be cool. I like that dinosaur, this, that, and then T-Rex. And then it's like you see that crossover, and you're like, this is the worst thing.
What came? I think I know what came first, but what one did they sort of film first? Was it Superhero Senki Revice or Post Saber Revice?
Post Saber Revice.
Post Saber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was that was the early Revice, the way it was supposed to be initially, and thankfully it was reworked a lot. So it
was just one long fart joke.
Oh yeah.
Like, and not even funny farts either. Like, I can appreciate a good fart. I will giggle like a schoolgirl at a good entertaining fart.
I always say, other than the ending of Saber, I think it's a pretty good show. Kind of like my thing with Kabuto. Like I really enjoyed.
So you saw the ending, like you're done with Saber, like you saw like
no. I still have to watch the Revice
thing.
portion of the last episode.
I don't care about the last episode.
But everything else, yes.
You saw the Toma stuff and the fans, and
you saw the revival of everyone and everything.
Did you cry? Did you get all choked up?
He didn't. He got angry. Is what happened.
Yeah. Especially Crazy Orb is saying, "What did I think about Wonder Almighty? What the fuck was that shit?"
Oh yeah.
I've never been more annoyed in my life.
Out of curiosity, Zio, do you know when John used to say Wonder Almighty all the time to get me heated up, and I would always mute myself? That's why.
all that, and I'm just like, did the suit did they do any?
It's a different red. That's about it.
It's not even that
because I have the Sodos like for it, and it's a different red.
The Sodo was a different red, not the actual suit in show.
I love the book. I wish the form was different because I like that book itself.
Ash is like here.
No, I'm trying to feel like it's been a while since I didn't finish Saber, but I feel like I see that form online. The Almighty.
You've seen it before. You've seen that form. If you've seen the poster for Saber, you've seen that.
If you've seen the first episode of Saber, you've seen that form.
Oh, okay then. Okay.
I don't have the sounds all on the soundboard yet.
He's there.
What?
Fuck.
Musa Muteki. Well, I'm just gonna read this like this. Musa Muteki for $5. Are we gonna end up watching the special episodes of Saber first with Revice, then the Zenkaigers? I don't know. I don't know.
No, please, I don't. You don't have to. Why would you?
No, I'm not interested in watching those, especially since some of those are kind of should be part of the watching experience, I guess, while you're watching the series, because it expands on some of those other characters. So I have no interest on that. Trio of Deep Sin, everybody keeps telling me that it's probably one of the best films to come out of Reiwa. So
it's the best Reiwa film, period.
Yeah, 100%. Like it's peak.
It is.
It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite Kamen Rider films
overall. It is. Time. If you don't like this,
I
swear to God, I'm gonna be wow.
Well, we'll find out in a couple weeks once I get to it. So. But Superhero Senki, I don't know if I want to watch that film again. That film got overhyped back when it came out, and I was like, is this like people's first crossover film? Like, why are they treating this like this is the greatest fucking film ever?
I think it's because it was the 50th anniversary movie, and I think people would expect a lot more from it, and then it was a thing.
Beyond Generations was that. And
what was that other one? Was it Generation Forever? Was that the other
Final
one? Like that one was really good.
Final was good, yeah.
This Superhero Senki. I mean, it gave us a really good Wonder Ride book, which I have. That's my buyer's remorse because I paid full price.
Beyond Generations is the one with Sentry, right?
Yes.
I'm talking about the other one.
No, I know you're thinking about Final. Final.
That was good.
Yeah. So you notice how we're talking way more about Saber than we are about Gotchard.
You see, we're avoiding this because we don't want to talk
I'm not
about
avoiding
Gotchard.
it because I would love to talk about Gotchard.
All right, get in with it. Get into it.
But then, like, I have to get through Gotchard to talk about Tachibana. So it's like...
The countdown is real.
Well, okay. So when it comes to this week's Gotchard, we kind of quickly ended our 2-for-1 special that we got last week almost instantly because, Spanner shows up and does dirty the creeper, only to prove that he himself was a creeper in the process, going straight up to Rene and showing that something's going on over there. I don't know what it is, but something's going on. It's kind of suspicious.
I have theories.
I mean, I think everybody's got theories, either that or he's really just that down bad, but we'll see. I mean, there is one line that he says later on, but all that stuff that we end up getting there to the point that, of course, he gets introduced in the class. But before that, Kajiki goes ahead and fluffs up Hotaro's ego a little bit more because there's rumors going around about a hero of justice that's going around stopping monsters, and he's a pretty cool guy.
Valverade?
I think so. I think it is Valverade. But, Hotaro thinks it's him, so he's going to go ahead and claim that clout. So that's how that's gonna end up going. Do I even risk?
No,
to show my
no,
screen?
don't even
Like, do
think about it.
Do I just let's see.
All right, he's gonna do it. I'm ready to get crashed.
Alrighty.
All right, prepare for this face,
Oh shit!
followed by this face.
Those wrinkles.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen a 17-year-old with crow's feet like that.
I know, right? That's what those crow's feet are insane.
I'm just like that looks so painful for him to smile like that. But
I'm like 37. I don't even have them like that.
yeah. I'm just like, he's either forcing this too much or he literally just I don't know. Like, I can't explain this. This it's just like
They're still like they're talons at this point, not just feet.
he was the real sequel to O's the whole time. He's got the Taka head. So
yeah.
And of course, with that heated up, fluffed up ego, Rene's back to just being like, the fuck you doing, man? And just goes on to hate, player haters ball. Also, did y'all see that they caught Tupac's killer today?
They did?
They did.
Wait.
Breaking news.
Oh,
Tupac's
damn.
killer was actually found.
Oh god.
They got P. Diddy? Oh wait, no, that's Biggie's killer. Never mind.
No. I was at Popeyes eating earlier today and I saw in the news. And
wow.
Like, oh wait, hold up. Exactly.
To get that news at Popeyes? Okay.
Yes, to get that news at Popeyes while I was eating my nice blackened chicken. Because, you know, best menu item on there that's keto friendly, all that good stuff. So
yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. So in that process, while they're here hanging out in school, because I've never seen these students actually learn anything in this school, they've just been doing whatever. Ringe's out here wanting to trade some cards, some brand new cards that they caught on them zone. That's a bigger story than Gotchard.
Hey, I mean, we could talk about that for a while.
He ain't wrong. Where does Tupac fit in the massive Toku verse? Where do we connect the dots?
I wanted to say something, but I don't want to say it. I can't say that. No, I don't think I can.
No?
Can't.
Damn, they didn't catch him. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Told you, real news. Real news. Finally. After 23 years, they finally got the guy.
Yep. We didn't even talk about Blazer. I just realized.
I am watching Blazer.
Damn.
I'm not
watching it until Sunday.
Yeah.
So
tomorrow.
And Ash, he'll watch that once he gets to it. He's got to watch Cosmic Fury first.
True.
He's going to freak out when Blazar shows up in the last episode. Ah, fuck, I ruined it. He just shows up.
Is this just going to be a trend with this character, I assume? Just showing up in the different animal fits?
Yeah. Different hats.
Yeah, because I don't...
Spirit hoods or whatever?
Last time it was like a squid or something. Octopus?
Yeah, it was a squid.
Tackle?
Yep. And we have nothing to go by when it comes to Ringe yet in terms of this character. I'm just like, she wears funny hats. That's, I guess.
Yeah, she has a lot of Kemi cards too.
Yeah, he's got his catching Kemis behind the scenes with, just taking care of them.
Well, at least they give us kind of a nice little bit of information here, a small bit. The higher the number, the stronger the card is for them because they can only use one at a time.
No, boy, no. If you know anything about the East versus West, the entire era of the 90s, it was Biggie. It was Biggie.
Yeah, Mr. Smalls.
Will Smith's probably the tertiary.
Will Smith's the second rider.
Secondary rider? No, Will Smith's the extra rider, if anything.
He's the movie exclusive writer.
Yeah.
I'd say a stage show.
Listen, even DJ Jazzy Jeff would be tertiary compared.
At that point, I think Puff Daddy would have been the you have to go by the names they had in the 90s, so it would be Kamen Rider Puff Daddy.
Oh, not Brother Love.
Kamen Rider Puffy.
Gonna have all that.
Oh, a friend of mine didn't know that Diddy was Puff Daddy.
What?
Yeah, I know. That was hilarious to figure out.
Welcome to TokuTonic, where we talk 90s hip hop. just
Anything to avoid Gotchard,
Can we
baby.
do a deep dive into Murder Mace?
Welcome to Anything to Avoid Gotchard.
As we're still trying to get through this episode of Gotchard. All they want is the Commantis card. All they want is the Commantis card for research purposes only. That's it. But he goes ahead and does a trade. But good news, everyone. We've got a new student, and he's a creeper. But he's not actually a student. He's here to be the teacher's aide. Spanner has joined, and he's ready to join up with Rene.
That face belongs behind Gars right now.
So much so that, he even follows her outside of school with that face.
Lock him up right now.
This is just...
Dude, I don't...
Listen, where is what is it called? Where's Axel? He would lock this man up.
That's when I need my nice Twitch transition of like Steam to just show up right now through this man's head.
Drag him away.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, during all this, they end up getting conveniently a Chemi signal. I don't have the screenshot for that one. I don't think so. I only managed to get screenshots of Thirst Trap.
I wonder why.
For obvious, not this
Listen,
one.
I
It's
did
not
a
a good
bit
one.
in my review for once. Took a page out of your book and did a whole bit where I had to go on Rider Wiki to pull up the actress and date of birth and everything to stop everyone. I did an age audit.
Oh damn! Hold on, we gotta check.
September 23rd, 2000.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
Y'all are in the clear.
Yeah. Look, when they had the press conference, that was the first thing I did was go to the Writer Wiki, and I was like, "Hold up, look things up real fast." All right, great. In the
yeah,
clear.
this is Zio's favorite Chemi card,
Shut up! It's not. I just have 9 of them.
and a legend, super rare, and an ultra rare.
I've got the ultra rare of it. I've
Yeah.
got so many of this card. It's just there. It's just got so many of them. But yeah, they get ambushed by the Dart Sisters, and of course it's Lactius's turn this time. So pulls out that ant trooper and takes them to pretty much the inside of an anthill. So they're in there chilling, and she's got the squirts going on for Gates. So already I'm just like, wow, you're just out there, just squirting. You invite this man to your cave, and you just squirting all over him. Sounds like my kind of Sunday night.
I'm surprised he didn't crop himself out of here, just with his arms open.
Yeah. Well, because Rene was there watching, so.
Oh.
So, of course, Gotchard couldn't do anything. If I was going to do a bit of me doing that, I don't know. It's Ant Trooper. If it was just regular Lactis, that would be a different thing. But it was Ant Trooper, and I kind of have a disdain for Ant Trooper currently. So,
But why?
because I got so many of them.
Exactly.
I didn't need to get so many of them, especially all of them being fucking like
taking your legendary spots.
Especially this one. This one.
Cut it up, I dare.
You want the parallel? I have the parallel one.
No, I don't want
I have
that.
way
But
too
I really feel like when I get my next box, knowing my luck, that's the parallel I'm gonna pull, and I'm gonna be so fucking mad.
If it's all Ant Trooper, I'm just gonna be like, oh no.
I've got a stack of Ant Troopers, guys. I decided to get a whole terrarium to put all of my Ant Troopers in, and they're just in here chilling.
I could see that bit right
That's
now.
a good bet right there.
Yeah. I'd hate for Mark to steal that.
See, here's where you're wrong. One, I'd have to film a bit.
Yeah.
You can still do
Two,
it.
you would have to edit that bit.
Thank you, Ash.
3,
Appreciate
he'd
the
have to
backup there.
upload that bit.
That's the easy part. I have fiber.
Oh, I'm glad.
All right, so back to this episode of Gotchard. We keep sidetracking Bonzo.
What are you talking about? We're getting through this at a very
It's
normal
still on
pace.
topic.
Yeah, this is it. This is the moment here because Lactis, after getting them cornered, just reveals to Rene the big secret that the guy that gave Hotaru the driver was her dad, and he's dead now. And this is the look of shock. I'm like, it's okay. It's not the full on emotion right there, but yeah. So she starts going into her grieving process, and Hotaru's like, "Look, I get it. My dad's not in the picture, but at least I got my mom." And Rina's like, "What's a mom? Yeah. Did I ever mention a mom? Like, what's going on with that?"
Ash knows a joke I want to make because I believe Ash likes wrestling. A good wrestler from AEW named Christian Cage should stay away from her because he has a thing for people who have dead dads.
Oh,
fuck. So yeah, I don't have any other screenshots from there because, of course, crunch for time.
Oh,
but like of the episode, they run through a tunnel and they defeat the ant.
They beat up the ant.
with CG hot mess, and then they transform into really bad form. That is only there for like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
only like pretty much when I did my Let's Talk forms, that was pretty much the entire footage of that fucking form.
Don't understand, like, because he it's a new form, and then he went back to the other form, and I was like, why?
Yep.
I was like, why'd we do this? And then I also realized, are there no like fodder minions this season?
Apparently not yet.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because usually they get introduced by now if they have any.
Nope.
Like
they got too many going on with
the cards. I'm guessing eventually there's going to be like a mass card production of these things.
I'm okay with that. We got lactose on the screen, so
lactose is that?
They got so many different names. Like I'm not calling. So many different.
What do you call the other ones?
Underage and not going to happen. Then we got Vacancy, who throws mad wheels at people. I'm like, dude, I don't.
Vacancy? That's what you're calling them now?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got like shredded mad wheel still on my desk here. So
wait, that's the one you shredded?
Yeah, I shredded the mad wheel.
Oh,
I legit shredded a real mad wheel card. I was like, I've got one chance to get this right because I've only got 2 of this mad wheel card. So I got it right in the first time.
Nice.
So shredded. I just did not expect it to start turning in the shredder. I thought it was going to be a clean cut. No, it started turning in the thing. No. And I was like, no!
Glossiness on it makes it.
So yeah, he goes back into Apate Bushido and then finally beats Lactus up. Only for them to get caved in and get freed up by the Mad Wheel card that was thrown in there by Spanner. But luckily, that card is conveniently tied with the card Rene caught previously, the Pilot's card, or the Pirate's card, and it makes a CG hot mess of a pirate ship car thing that busts them out. And
how many CGI messes? Jesus.
A lot. They went to town with their CG budget. That's why we haven't been seeing a mech in King-Ohger. They've been
doing it here.
They've been doing it with these CG messes.
Yeah.
No.
Budgetary constraints.
So yeah, Gotchard for right now. I'm still like, how'd you guys feel about Spanner's proper introduction in this show? Because I was not expecting him to be a full-on weirdo.
I didn't either, especially when he was beating up Otaro.
Yeah.
In the previous episode with the practice kendo stick, I was like, or practice wooden sword. I was like, okay, he's gonna be that like you don't deserve this, like always, kind of like one-upping him, and then he just completely turns into that creep from Harold who was like stalking Helga Pataki all the time, just going.
I mean, from that last line, like we can tell, obviously he's serving some greater purpose by being nice and all that stuff, but like,
he's got layers that we'll probably find out as the show goes on. Like there's something more to this guy.
There's probably something Rene knows that he wants.
I'm
something that she doesn't know yet.
I'm sure there's something he has that he wants her to want.
I feel like
I mean, he already gave her that wheel.
He gave her the mad wheel. Now he's never mind. Can't. Nope. TOS.
I feel like Rene is like important to some greater plot thread, like herself.
I mean, her dad is like one of the highest regarded alchemists of all time.
Yeah,
I hope she doesn't. I hope she does have a pet dog.
I'm thinking maybe she's not even a human or something.
She herself is a chemi that was made by dad.
Oh, come on. Listen, we could call that now, and I guarantee you when that happens, we're like, oh, I never expected it. It's like, yeah, we called it.
Yeah, we said it.
The thing is, there's a lot of aspects from this show that seem like a undeniable possibility for how this show might end up going. Like the Alchemist Academy actually being evil, because I'm just like, a lot of the way that they're treating these Chemi cards is the same way that the Dark Sisters are treating Chemi cards. There's no difference between them in terms of those aspects. So I'm just like, yeah. And then the way the Spanner is coming off, I'm tend to believe that like Renee's dad left the Alchemist Academy because he was probably like, I can't make this in front of them. They're probably also going to use this for misdeeds. So I need to leave it in the hands of the proper person.
Yep.
Plus, he was span valuations or whatever. He was like assigned to go down there and like join the academy, and he's equal to Minato. So I'm like, oh, he's equal, but he's like. So who's this higher ups that are like assigning people?
Zeru says that Rene is the gate of darkness and Hotaru is the key.
Are we going Ghostbusters?
I hope that reference doesn't mean anything else, please.
Spanner wishes he was the key.
No one is going to be the key to that character, please.
Amon Lopez says Rene is the Philosopher's Stone.
Maybe.
Definitely we can revisit wizard plot threads again. Again.
I mean,
this not going to talk about the best part of the show, though. The food that he keeps coming up with.
Oh no, that's
the Smiley Me omurice.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was. They gave me diarrhea, and I looked at it.
Oh, I will say this for the.
I got kidney stones after I saw that.
For the small bit we got Valve Raid this episode is actually pretty fun. It was like pretty good, like wise.
You mean the very beginning?
Yeah, like
that should have been in last week's episode.
I do like that his arm changes when he uses new cards. Just the arm, that's kind of cool. Kind of give me birth vibes. So I'm like, can other arms and limbs? Are we gonna get like a birthday style thing where he uses multiple?
I think
it's different.
I think it's just the arms because I know there's another like there's another photo with him and it's like more of like a mech or like gorilla kind of arm looking thing.
Well, I mean, since he uses the sword in general, that kind of attributes to all that. But I do like that. Essentially, the gimmick is more tied into his weapon and not the actual card.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, Mad Wheel's just there to give him that color scheme. And that's it. So
pretty good. Validator's he's impressing me with the one arm change thing. I'm curious to see what else happens.
Yeah.
My biggest gripe is just that there's too much things that are just going on off screen, like Chemi cards just getting captured off screen, and they're just
they can't capture them.
It makes sense. There's 101.
There's too many of them. There's more than 101.
That's when they go and make side specials showing where all that stuff. They could have been ready.
They can't make 100
with the side specials.
No. They could barely get anyone to watch the show now. You think people are going to watch the side specials?
Yeah, Zia, come on. Be realistic here.
I can't wait to see the quarterly toys because I don't care how much people are watching. Those toy sales, those percent, those numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Commodore's going to top. He's going to top Ultraman finally.
Zio, at like episode 16, they're probably going to have every card, and then we're going to get all. Oh, there's actually a secret batch of newer cards. Yeah,
they're going to get it. They're going to have all the cards, and then Weevil's going to show up, and he's going to say goodbye to Exodia and chuck him over the cruise ship.
All 100? He's going to need like a briefcase, not just like a hand.
He's just going to take a briefcase of them and just throw them out.
He's got to lock them up or something.
He's going to throw them out.
Yeah, so. But jokes aside, I am actually enjoying the show. I like this. I think it has potential. Now the pacing isn't the way the first episode was. We're 4 episodes in, so I'm like, all right, you know what? Like, Geets was just like all systems go, pedal the metal right when it started. This one is kind of nice to like sit back and be like, oh, this is chill, just chill, enjoy this while you get through that, so you can watch Tachibana.
Exactly.
Well, the thing with this being a slow burn, like Ash was saying, since we are watching this week to week, you definitely feel the slow burn.
Yeah. Well, look at what we're given now. Streaming services, it's the binge model. Everything shows aren't even that long. Most shows are what, 6 to 10
episodes usually.
Yeah, but the thing with this being a slow burn is, of course, let's say it does end up becoming really, really good second half of the show.
There's no one going to be there. I know what you mean.
Yes, that's the argument I'm making now is like, if most of the people have already dropped off by then what's the point?
See, the point is, I'm assuming is there's going to be like this catch-off period where people are going to be like, oh, the show's good now. Everyone's going to go back, start watching the thing.
Well, I've seen a lot of people do this with King-Ohger, a lot of people like dropped off, and then they heard about the time jump, and a lot of people came back. So
that must be a very few amount of people.
Yeah,
because that shows
there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who dropped off on King-Ohger. I haven't even heard like talk about it.
Ash, can you shout out Mr. Hugh in the chat?
Shout out to okay, shout out to Humongous in the chat.
Yeah, let's go, Mungus.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the follow up and finished. I'm done.
But yeah, overall, I think the show's still very like not very good, but it's still good, like more
It's
or less.
enjoyable.
It's not.
It's all right.
It's not exciting. It's not like hype or anything, but it's
Well,
good.
I mean, we know what my S tier ranking Kamen Rider seasons are, so it's kind of like, oh yeah, no, Mark will enjoy this.
I mean, like once we get past these, like maybe 10 episodes, much like another show Mark enjoys.
The thing for me when it comes to the aspect is just we've got a lot of characters that we just don't know much about, like just thrown in there. And for this being a school setting, we don't really see the school.
Yeah.
It's not even that much of a factor.
Yeah, I put it out too because they were there during the day, and I'm like, no, I thought they have school during the day. And then
Exactly.
Mr. Monato's a teacher. How is he down there too?
I would argue. I'm just gonna argue and say like we're kind of 4 episodes in. Maybe they're just like trying to get certain things set up at the moment. Maybe we'll get more later.
Well, because the thing is, it's just like this is something that I will give Forza credit for because, of course, it has a large cast and ensemble because of the Kamen Rider Club. So they spend pretty much the beginning episodes introducing us to every single one of the members of the Kamen Rider Club.
Yep.
While here, we've just gotten all these classmates and we don't know shit about them. They're just there.
He's got a best friend who he doesn't even hang out with.
No, his best friend
just shows up to him. And
I have a theory that the memory erasing isn't going to be permanent because he still has that lingering feel like I've seen this.
Yeah.
But everything's and people are actually picking up on the fact that all the footage and all the stuff is being erased, but they still. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I see everything right now as little seeds being planted, and I even bring it up in all my reviews. We're like 3-4 episodes in when I was talking about. It's like, I hope they don't plant these seeds just to not do anything with it, because let's face it, Geets had a lot of seeds planted and a lot of stuff that just
didn't go anywhere.
So I'm like, there's elements there, and it's like, okay, I get it. We're still like they're hyper focusing on what the chemis and the alchemists, but why'd you zoom in on a photo of his dad again with the face like thing? Like, who is his dad exactly? We know his dad's chasing his dream. What's his dream then?
Yeah,
his dream wasn't to have the restaurant and his family. Like,
but I would argue Forza was definitely a show more about like friendship and their classmates, and yes, it was very good. Versus this show, which seems to just mostly be about Hotaru and Rine, at least at the moment.
But then if you go based off of the opening, a lot of people judge shows based off of the opening. There's a lot of school scenes in the opening. It makes me think this is a school-based show.
Yeah.
Haven't gotten shit about the school besides the first episode.
Maybe
that
the
is
principal's bad.
True. Hey, maybe we'll get more episodes about the school, and then you'll start complaining, why are we at this damn school?
I definitely will.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll completely be doing that.
So there's no win here, Zio, for you.
I mean, there is. The show ends for him.
Yeah.
He gets all the cards.
He just gets to the jump cuts to the
it's
end.
Like in this week's episode, we see like Hotaru in a room and he's doing his exams. And that's it. When a Kemi attacks, but he can't leave because he's doing his exams.
It's his midterms.
Yeah, exactly. But then there's a Kemi attack, and so then we finally see Spanner and some other people putting in work.
You're gonna hate
that focuses on them. Actually, I'm
not gonna make that joke.
I think we'll get those episodes
shows up
later.
as a substitute teacher.
I think we'll get those later. We just gotta get. I think we just gotta get through the rough part where they're just setting up like the main characters before we start getting the side characters.
Well, there's someone in the chat that said there was an interview with the producer that the show was made in an episodic way so they can adjust the next episode's atmosphere based on the reactions of the previous episodes. But even then, it would probably still take about a good month and a half before we start seeing the fruit of those labors because of, filming schedules and production and all that stuff. So typically it takes about a good month after shooting for the episode to come out.
Yeah.
So that's usually how that ends up going. So the reception that they're receiving now means that we won't see the changes until a month from now. So,
Oh, right. Also, that form was just as horrible as I thought it was going to be.
oh yeah,
if not worse.
It was so bad it wasn't even there that long.
Yeah.
They literally just threw some vinyl on regular Gotchard and called it a day.
They were like, "Here you go," just because we have to contractually. And
at that point, I'm just like, I will take the CG hot mess over anything like this.
What about the next week's form, Ant Wrestler?
It looks good. It looks like one that was actually spent time on. The thing is just like now looking at like the back of these cards, it's just like which other forms are going to be like garbage add-ons that aren't going to look that great either.
Well, we got to see a few of them in the other scans. I think what is it? There's like one that's hot pepper based that was looked pretty decent. And then there's a cactus one that wasn't that bad.
I mean, it just depends. The hot pepper is part of the wave one. It's the first card I ever pulled was the chili pepper.
What's that's partner? I think because I know that form's next. I think after the wrestler ant.
That's that one.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So yeah, that one definitely looks like it's got a form. I think in one of the scans we did see that form on there. So that
it's got actually a nice shade of magenta, which I kind of enjoy. It's not as green as I thought it would be.
The one that's using this butterfly looks like it would probably end up being a bad suit.
I don't know. I actually kind of like the way the mask looks. I have hope for that one.
So, all right. So, Mark, you want to talk to us about King-Ohger this week?
Not gonna lie to you, I don't remember much other than an eye, some hugging, snow, and a lot of Tachibana and undead. And
what you eating there, bud?
Big old bag of shrimp chips.
I look like
bag is. Look how big! Like this thing's huge, and it's.
Hey, pass some of those over here, please.
Fuck you.
I didn't even know those were a thing. Is it like actual like?
It's like a shrimp cracker. Have you never had a shrimp cracker?
No.
Oh,
Costco. This bag was like $6.
Shrimp crackers, they're great. It's
These are the chips though. These aren't like the ones that look like.
Yeah, I know.
The crinkle fried, the regular authentic ones, like the Korean style ones.
Those are good. Those are fucking great.
I'm just drinking sake.
Nice. It's basically like it's like shrimp with like a little, sriracha on there.
All right. Oh, I've got an actual time here.
Yeah, so, I don't remember much from like I remember the plot. I just don't remember the time of events because
I'll tell you.
I was like, oh,
go ahead, go on, tell us.
Oh, okay. We open up with Himeno presenting Rita a new bracelet thing, which is something from Gokon that was replicated in Ishibana. And then Himeno is desperate to get a tea party with Rita just to get some info on that. Now we jump cut to Gira. Gira goes to the chambers of the Bugnarok where Jeremy's throne is, expecting to see no one, and then here he is. There's a boy.
I thought he left. I thought he was leaving.
Nah, he's right there, bud. He's waiting. He's just
he made a dramatic exit.
Listen, he just said he's gonna wait. What's 2,000 years? He's been wait. He can wait a couple more.
Then why did he tell Rita about where his bugs were for safekeeping? If he was just gonna go back home.
Zio, you've seen the end of this episode. You know exactly why they kept him along. And Mark, stop it. Stop.
Really quick,
people like you.
Zio, what you sipping on?
Some sake.
Oh, I didn't ask before. I was like, he's sipping slow and something. I was like, so he's not trying to get hurt right now because he's taking little sips. I was like, that's to be important.
No, it's because it's sake. You can't just like.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's rice wine. Yeah. But yeah, our good old buddy's back with his retainer as well. And we see a bunch of this dude walk up to them who's talking about how cold it is and how this must be how death feels like. Yeah, then I think it's the opening, right? We get into that nonsense. Jeremy makes a new face, and then we proceed.
Well, we also get a spoiler in the opening that made me a little bit upset.
Oh yeah,
in the opening itself, it spoils the ending of this episode. Yep. And I was like, "Why y'all got to do this to me? Like, why y'all doing?"
Yeah,
we have a long discussion about her.
Can we not? You know how many people have had to fight and threaten to ban just because of how much they talk about that character?
Why?
Chat, press just type yes if you want to fuck the bug. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's like that meme, like would.
Chat, be warned if any of you type yes, you're on a list.
If you want to fuck the bug, just say yes. That's it.
Right.
You will know what it is.
Heck, all of it.
So, all right, continue on, Cloudy.
All right, proceeding on. Then we go back to the tea party where Rita's given the dish about the scalpers and how they're the worst human beings on the planet. Agreed, everyone here, right? Scalpers are the worst. All right, easy enough.
Master Morphers.
Where she then gets up the courage to ask about the eye, where technically I got that backwards, but it doesn't matter. And Rita obviously doesn't want to talk about it. It's a Gokon secret, so she doesn't want to dish out. And then we proceed to get the queen appear on the old queen of Gokon appear on the shores of Ishibana. I also forgot that Himeno. I know Karis's name. I meant that Himeno also let Rita in on a Ishibanan saying, which is Italian. I think it's like roughly sounded Italian, but I don't know.
Something Tabago. I don't know. All I know is that I didn't know that Ishibana had its own native language because no one speaks that shit.
No one does. It's true. And if they do, it's off screen and out of earshot of anyone with ears. So Kara shows up, proceeds to start blowing her her icy cold winds at everyone. And then Rita uses her powers to shut that whole shit down. And then we jump cut to them discussing about how the eye is a method to seal people who can't be punished by the law. People who either can't be found guilty for certain reasons, even though they're known for committing the crime, or people that simply cannot be punished because, maybe they're immortal or something. Who knows? So then we proceed to get the info of Karis's death 15 days prior to when she was actually attacking them for some reason. And on that note, we got Jeremy and Gira showing up with Mr. Too Cold for anything after getting that nice handy from Karis. But
I like how Mark just keeps changing food.
Yeah,
he went from chips to something else.
Is he on pickles now or
I haven't
yogurt?
eaten yet today.
Oh yeah, that's right. You just finished work, right?
Pad thai.
Oh, nice. Karis then proceeds. Sorry, not Karis. Then the dude, Himeno, begins to check up on the guy and sees his face, and then immediately recognizes him as the man who murdered her parents. Why didn't we know about this earlier?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you actually saw his face fully? You actually saw his face? Then why'd you think it was Jeremy? Why'd you think it was Jeremy when he showed up?
My problem with
why do we think it was Raculus?
Yeah, my thing is, why did this? What is because
why'd they show us that sleeve if he's not even rocking that attire? Like, why would they do that?
Also, if she remembered this man's face, and let's be honest here, this guy who has a pretty recognizable face, why didn't she draw pictures, have people like, hey, this is the dude, look for this?
Or at least remember that he had
trial
glasses
at Rita's thing. So she could have went to Rita and be like, hey, this is a face. Can you go through and
exactly
Morphonia search through? They had her search through freaking everything for Jeremy, and that's not. You could be like, hey, here's a face. Can you go search through everything and see if you can find out the killer is? And they're like, oh, it's Tachibana. I was like, where is he now? Oh, he's in Blade right now, busy.
Yeah.
outsiders.
Do you think they had something else planned for the reveal, or do you think because they were able to get Tachibana as actor, they wanted to go a big actor for this reveal?
I think there were some things that changed in the production process of things, because I'm like, there's too many setups done with the original Fury of the Gods that the way that it was paid off felt a little like,
unless there's more to it that we don't know and we get more.
They've got
there's more to Sun Cloudy, but that's at the end of the episode.
Shut up. Shut your mouth. Fill it back up with those chips and that pad thai.
I will.
He'll fill up something else though.
Yeah.
Not that bug.
Graf's about to have a new stepmom.
Jesus Christ. Second wife aside. Then we get the guy waking up and giving us the dish on what happened exactly 15 days ago to Karis. Karis was, first he starts attacking everybody with the, he explains that he can't control them, the undead Bugnarok. And he explains that 15 days ago, well, actually not him. I think it was technically Kamajin explains to Dag did what happened 15 days ago, where because he was like, Grody. Grody? Who's Grody? And then
Yo, you don't remember Grody?
Everyone knows Grody. And then we cut to him swinging to sitting up.
That guy.
That actually got me. I love that scene. It was
he
so
looking
funny.
like a man. Yeah. Grody. That guy.
I just love the way he looked up the chair. He was like, so Grody. Yes, Grody. Grody. Yeah, I remember that guy. He's alive.
Real quick, I hate that hat so much. I want it.
Okay, fair enough.
New Mark Stona.
Just like this.
Spirit of Halloween is still up and running. You could probably find that hat.
True.
I've already spent too much money there.
Oh.
I've been cut off.
I went there the other day just to get a new wig and hat for opening bit.
On Halloween, I will reveal the animatronic.
Right on. So it is then revealed that after finding Grody by finding and killing Karis's old husband, that happened.
Man,
so he's dead.
That's still the one that gets me.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, this man served 15 years in prison for lying about his wife just to protect her, to keep the secret of it. Gets freed up and spends the next 2 years trying to find her. The second he finds her, dead.
Yep.
Dead. Thanks,
basically.
guy.
Goodbye. Dead. Right. And then we proceed to get Kara's what is his name again? I keep forgetting. Kamajin freeing them from the ice. Grody being like, oh, what the fuck has been going on? How long have I been out for? And then Karis waking up to try to freeze them both in solid ice using the technique again for only Kamajin to just murder her in a second.
Yep. He could have done that at any point in time, and he never did that ever.
Without almost any resistance whatsoever.
Okay. All right.
So Grody then he tries to use his abilities on her, which awakens her, but unfortunately she's completely out of his control and tries to freeze him again. He also then explains that, is this like the last time I was ordered to go back kill most people? No, you got to kill everybody now. So that's interesting. And we get to see the squiggly eyes, which, if you look back at the Fury on the Gods, the old cicadas, they had the squiggly eyes. So that part, I assume, was definitely planned.
That's still
right.
Yes.
We cut back to the castle where all this is. The fight is still going on as we get a scene where one of the Bugnaroks goes ham and starts shooting and killing everyone in the scene, including Grody. And then we get a quick shot of Himino walking up to Grody's body to see if he's actually dead, and he's like, fuck, I'm not dead. And then she proceeds to say, do you have any idea what you've done? You killed my parents. And he says the line, do you have any idea how many parents I've killed? That doesn't help. So
but he still recognized her, though. That's the thing. That's the weird part.
Yep, and earlier in this exact scene, he recognized her too, which is the funny thing. Not that, but if you kill the queen and king, especially with a very specific toxin from the scorpion true god, how are you not going to remember that? That seemed like something very specific to do.
It's also very awkward how his weapon of choice is a scythe that he used a poisoning agent
last time.
It's weird. That
a little inconsistent.
Doesn't line up. Yes.
A little inconsistent. I'm kind of curious if there was a specific reason why he needed to use the toxin last time, but oddly enough, one of the things that does make sense very much is like his powers and how the cicadas do work, and the summoning of that actually kind of matches and lines up. So I feel like if anything was changed, that it was more things about this character as a whole than like the way this character is perceived rather than his abilities. If you get what I mean, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes, we proceed to then jump cut outside, right, where they have a losing fight against Grody because he can just kill them. He can't die, and he can just keep summoning Bugnarok. So Rita gets the idea. I'm just gonna freeze him in solid ice with myself. Do what the Karis did. Let's go. I'm definitely on the sacrifice train. And then we get Himino, who says, I ain't having that. You're my best friend. I want you out of this ice. And then she wakes up. We get a nice little scene for those of you, I think, Rimino shippers. That's what I choose to call you.
But you are right that sudden character development between the two of them did seem
a little
pretty
fast.
sudden.
Yeah.
Yes, it didn't have time to cook.
We there's been hints at it, 2 years ago prior, but I would have liked more setup for it. This, like, if they said like they got closer over those 2 years, something like that, that would have been nice to know. You know what I mean?
I mean, they were in prison together, but that should have been close for everybody.
Exactly, and it seemed like, I don't know, like she was very not she. Dino was very resistant to like having a tea party in the first place. So I assume they weren't all that close, and if they were, they haven't elaborated on what happened in those 2 years in prison.
Well, it was enough to ruin Rita's time, because they thought that the Fury of the Gods was still 15 years ago. When
actually 17 years.
Yeah,
now.
And note, for some people out there, that was not a translation error. Like, Rita's actress actually did say 15 years ago in Japanese.
It was a problem with it was an error in the script itself. So that's just it. And then we proceed to get the most shocking ending of all, as after clutching Rita on the ground and everyone's been knocked out, Jeremy's mom, who's got it going on, appears on the screen, ready to kick everyone's ass except for her darling little boy, and says, "I need your help." And then that's it. That's how we wrap up this episode. That was, honestly, I thought it was very good overall episode. A lot of certain inconsistencies, especially if you think about it, but I still like the ride.
The inconsistencies is what got me. The other thing that really got me was the fact that the Fury of the Gods was this massive event that affected everybody on a global scale. Like, this was something that even back to the early episodes, we had the seed plants to it, only for us to get a payoff and kind of like shoo it off under the rug within a matter of one single episode. I thought was a disservice for, like, if there was ever a time to have a monster of the tweak, like have something actually last 2 episodes, this was the episode.
Not only that, but this also felt unsatisfying in the sense that this was a very Rita and Himino forward episode, when you got the guy who caused panic throughout every kingdom. This should have been like everyone had their moment with this guy, because because 17 years ago at this point, everyone suffered, everyone went through some shit. They all have baggage with this guy.
Yanma also technically lost his parents during the Fury of the Gods and rebuilt Enkasopa. The Boski overthrew the previous
they lost all their
Tofu
food because of that.
Because of all the hoardings. There was so much going on. So it's like,
why just focus on these two is my question as well. I know why, but it's like, there's more that could be done here. And why isn't this more? Why aren't you focusing more on Brody? This feels like you should be focusing more on this guy. And as well as the fact that we still don't know 17 years ago what made Gira leave. Like, why did Gira run away? Why was he kidnapped, and why didn't he ever come back? So that was another question that I was thinking that maybe they should have also started hinting at or implying with this guy.
Especially since they put those early seed plants that during the Fear of the Gods, Shugadam was unscathed by it.
Exactly. So I need to know more, in a sense, why isn't there this more big deal, especially with the other kings, that you guys have the guy in front of you who caused the Fear of the Gods? Why aren't more of you reacting personal or crazy? That's my little nitpick. I know that for story reasons, they don't have the time to focus on every individual character, so they can only focus on 2 at a time, maybe 2 at a time. So that's why they went with these 2, but it still didn't feel right, so to speak.
Real quick, we've got blah blah something for $5 saying, Raculus is dead and Grody can raise the dead, so maybe he could come back. And since Grody can't control who he revives, Raculus could go solo. But the thing is, when they are dead and they get revived, they kind of go mindless in a way, and it wouldn't be satisfactory to me if that's how Raculus comes back.
I also don't know if that's entirely how Jeremy's mom came back either, because she has a lot of sentience for someone who shouldn't have any.
Well, I think it's probably just because she has
questions about his mom.
Because she's maybe of the royal descent. Maybe they're just built differently. Versus all the grunts they revived.
Oh, we got one from Graf too.
All right. Let's see. We've got a good episode. Wasn't peak though. Yes, Zio and I gotta find our Hulk Hogan and start our NWO Toku, since only he and I are the only ones who feel this way. Yes, there's been
DWO.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of comments, I would say, that are like, you're wrong and here's the reasons why you're wrong. I've never seen people this impassioned. I wish you guys existed back when Dombros was around and I was like one of the few defenders of Dombros. But
for those of you guys in the chat, like who genuinely disagree with Zio, my thing is, if you feel like an episode is better or not than Zio, that's totally fine. My only thing is Zio is providing like an actual valid complaint. Like these are actually things that happen in the story that can ruin it for some certain people, especially if you look into the episodes too much. So I would say like you can say you disagree, but like going on a hate rant or saying that someone's just wrong is that I feel like, especially when we're talking about opinions, is kind of out of line. No offense.
Yeah.
Kind of how me and Zio were the number one Geats haters for a while. And I'm like, wait, what?
I think I was the number one Geats hater for a while.
I was definitely like the number one Geats hater for a while. But I guess the complaints are nitpicks, but it's like, no, I've got a mountain of reasons why this doesn't work. But
that's another thing. He's also not saying they're bad episodes. Like he's giving them B's. That's above average. He's just saying that these things that are happening aren't adding up. It's still very much an enjoyable ride, and the scenes do hit, especially certain scenes. It's just that the backbone to these scenes don't hold up.
Speaking of hitting scenes, Cloudy, you really down.
Stop it! You stop it! You.
I got so many questions about Jeremy's
dirty
mom.
Man.
I have so many questions about Jeremy's mom. One, where's she been all this time? Two, what that mouth do?
In my dreams,
like she has no mouth.
Exactly.
How are you gonna get anything in there?
Like, I'm glad I'm not Jeff Daniels and I don't have arachnophobia. Yes, that's a horror movie. Joke. I appreciate that. Like, I'm so glad. Oh,
Mark,
this is the closest thing to live action Black Arachnia we're gonna get, Zio.
Oh, absolutely.
Can y'all like keep
it?
It
an SH figure art.
Listen, I know your desks have just risen like
that's when I need the real action hero in RAH of her. Boy, exactly.
Boy. But yeah, sorry I took that. Zio, go ahead. Do your thing.
No. So when it comes to the rating scale, what people don't understand is, of course, like people are like, yeah, King-Ohger's like peak, and I'm like, no, there were literally better episodes before this one. That's the reason why the rating scale is. If I don't feel that this episode is as good as those other episodes that I felt were definitely peak, then that's why they get worse ratings. I mean, that's how ratings work. So. That's usually the case. Also, you got to think of this in like an American grading system. Standards, a B is like getting an 80 on an exam. An A is like getting a 90. Getting an S is like perfect 100. Double S, you got the extra credit. You got the extra credit question completed, and it was the bonus.
Triple S, you did an entirely other test with it. So good luck.
Yes,
amazing.
You threw it in. You threw in pictures.
Trauma center.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you did all that stuff. It's like, yes, if you go down the C's, that's like getting a 7 out of 10. A D would be getting a 6 out of 10. And then failure. F is just like, it's
failure. Just doesn't hold up on anything. Good. And the thing is, I agree. These episodes have been great. But if you hold them under like a magnifying glass, they don't hold up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you go through it, they catch the feels, the vibe,
Before we start getting into thirst traps, Ash, what's your thoughts on the episode?
Like, I enjoyed it. Like, really good episode. Like I will take into account what you guys are saying. Yeah, there are some things that probably got changed. If you look deeper into them, they don't add up. But overall, I feel like this was a fun episode, and it was cool to have a reader and Himino focused episode up for a while, because I feel like it's been nothing but crazy for the past couple of episodes. But yeah, this was the guy that caused the fury of the gods, and I feel like this should have been everyone fighting him. And I feel like maybe the reader stuff that we would get built up later down the line would have get explained. Like, I thought this was the episode. Like, it would be I thought this would be a centrally reader focused episode, but having the Groody show up was kind of a curveball, and I feel like maybe everyone will have a swing at them later down the line in future episodes. But I feel like that's sort of taking a detour with whatever's going on with Jeremy's mum. So
Yeah.
overall, like this was a fun episode, and yeah, we need a Yama focused episode. Again because
He's the best character.
Those are like the best episodes too.
Yeah, they are the best. He's the best blue. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed this episode.
What would be your letter rating? Because I'm actually at an A with this episode. It went down from the S I originally had it when I first saw it. But like, what do you think?
Maybe like in between an A and an S because some bits do drag in the episode. Like maybe near the halfway point, it felt like it dragged a little bit. But I'll need to rewatch it again because like I watched it on the night, but I feel like I need to sit down like rewatch it again like before doing the podcast with you guys.
Okay. All right, go, Mark. It's time for your.
Here you go, Mark.
Right.
Whew. So I gave this episode a S for Spider.
Spider shagging looking. I mean,
I would like. Okay, listen.
Look, she out here dropping bodies.
Yes.
Yeah, 6 of them technically.
I would have photoshopped me just on the ground laying next to them, just like freaking Yamcha style in a crater.
I already did that, but okay.
I know how much Mark just wants to be right down there, just like I'm walking.
That was a geek spit though, so
yeah, it doesn't count. It's different Toku franchise.
Ooh, this is chill now. I can properly.
I have more questions because I feel like Jeremy's mom showing up kind of took away from everything else going on in the episode because it's like one of those gotcha moments at the end.
It's a stopgap.
Like, but I'm not mad at it though. Like
the thing is that since the beginning of the episode showed us Jeremy's mom was going to be in it, I spent literally all episode like, all right, when's she going to show up? When's she going to show up?
See,
don't tell me you're going to save this for the end.
I skipped the intros and I don't see any previews, so I didn't know any of that. Like, so I was actually caught off guard. I was like, wait, what? The mom? I was like, and then I was like,
I only skipped.
I know why his dad disappeared and like left the humans. Now I was like, you know, I understand valid reasoning. You don't even have to explain any feelings.
He said it. He fell in love.
Yeah, well, I could see why.
Yeah, okay. You definitely wiped that up so nobody else can get to it.
Lord,
you locked that down.
In other news, I will suddenly not be in next TokuTonic when we get the completely spider-focused episode. I don't.
I'll send you a link to the VOD. Don't worry.
Don't worry. I won't be there. Something won't happen.
I gotta find all the thirstiest folks just to be on next week's stream.
The Spider Simp cast.
All of your Discord. How about that?
Just spider webs all over the back of the screen. Throwing an image of Randy Marsh just covered in like just spider webs.
This is how bad I am because Zio's a bad influence on me. By the way, I'm a good Catholic. I like this and that. Like instantly,
I'm a terrible Catholic.
When I watched this, I was like, oh, I have so many bits, and I was like, I should go to Target and get a web shooter.
It'd be like the one Family Guy cutaway.
He already knows the bit. He already knows. You just see web going all over the walls, all over stuff. An 8x10 printout, like just. I was like, that's such a good bit. Then I was like, well, I'd have to go to Target. I'd have to buy this stuff. I'd have to film it. I'd have to edit. I was like, nah.
You say that, and then I'm that guy's like literally 30 minutes before Spirit of Halloween closes, while typing up my King-Ohger review. I'm like, I can
do this. 3 hours.
Gotta go buy this wig. I gotta do this. I gotta introduce Wild Deno. I gotta do it.
Wait, didn't you already introduce someone at the end of this review?
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, that was Wild Deno.
Yeah.
But jokes aside and thirsty aside, which I will get to. Trust me, this isn't the first time I'm talking about the mom. Okay, how long do I talk about Himeno? And now I'm like torn because I'm like, I got Himeno, I got Morphonia, and I got.
Y'all think Morphonia got the eye?
Arachna Mother?
No, she doesn't.
You don't think Rita gave her the eye?
No. I would assume she'd only give her the eye when there's a proper succession, right?
But that's the thing. It's like, since Rita was the retainer for Karas, we don't know exactly. When we first saw Rita in like the flashbacks, like way back when, she was already covering that eye.
Yeah.
Meaning she had already received that before Karas even passed judgment on the guy, on Grody.
Well, we saw when she got it.
What? No, but we saw it in this episode. But I'm saying the previous time when we saw like Lil Rita, previous time, she was already covering up that eye.
It's because she was being less of a retainer, more trained to fulfill that role. Whereas I don't think Morphonia is Even though she's the retainer,
No,
I
but
don't see her as that.
they've already explained that the way that it works
I
in
know.
Gokon is that the retainer is next in line for succession. However, the only reason why you don't like Karis didn't show the eye because apparently they explain that if you've got a talent for the skill, then the eye doesn't go away. So Morphonia technically could have the eye and just, because
she has glasses.
Doesn't summon it.
It's a Scott Summers
I guess.
Cyclops situation.
If it comes up later, I would like to see. My thing though is if we got this whole eye thing this episode and it never comes up again, oh boy.
Oh, it will. Not because we have two other things really more important in the show right now. One, well, I'm looking at two right there, but that's besides the point. We also have Tachibana.
He's everything I hate about your Discord right now, by the way. I'm just saying.
I am like the walking Discord right now. Okay, you're welcome, Cloudy. You're welcome.
God.
So obviously, Tachibana being in the show, Grody don't care. He's Tachibana. I kind of like the idea of the whole undead thing. That's really cool. I want to see more of that because it's like. He also can't die, and it's almost like one of the things where it's like he doesn't seem to take any of this shit serious.
Well, none of them do. Like if you notice, like none of them
do, but it's different when it's Tachibana because it's actually like a human actor, not someone in a suit fully.
True.
An amazing hat and cloak. Yeah,
I will say this. Someone did bring up an interesting point that what if he revives previous monsters of the week, such as Sergeant Ant?
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Back Sergeant Ant.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Ant Trooper.
We can get the best suits in King-Ohger back again.
Uncontrolled Sergeant Ant.
Oh. Yep. Asking for nuke strikes.
He's just there pushing red buttons, but they don't do anything. He's just walking around, just pushing every red button he sees.
Will they be able to go giant just as much as they want because they're already dead?
Probably.
Maybe.
What if he gets smaller?
I mean, remember when Shoe God Souls was a major part of the plot line and they just went...
You mean 4 episodes ago?
Yeah, also remember like Kuogan not having a soul and them never addressing it again.
Oh, you also mean like when we saw them the last time 3 episodes ago where they said they were afraid of the bugs and whatever was showing up and then we've never seen them since?
Yeah. Until next week when they're fighting a bug.
I want them to go to space.
I thought we were going to go into space. I thought they were going to be leaving Earth.
Given the way that they showed that promotional poster, it was like, man, they definitely are going cosmic. They ain't.
No. I mean, it makes sense. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in the show that... Okay. I cannot have a beer. I have to drive later, actually, very soon.
He can have a beer after he's done driving.
In honor of Spider-Man.
He's gonna drink.
It's like I want to chug this, but you can't.
You know what? I do want to drink.
That would be a mistake
about this.
You won't forget about it.
I will. I will try.
Let you.
Yeah, you're gonna get reminded about it
First
next week.
First thing in the morning, and then I'm gonna be like, oh well, guess I got to go drink again.
All right. So, any other thoughts when it comes to King-Ohger this week?
I really like the show. 30 episodes in. This is the longest I've watched week to week, and I gotta say, I really like it. It's really good.
Think it's crazy. We're on episode 30 already.
This is the most consistent, I think, Sentai with like a serialized plot that I'm constantly enjoying because I always come back to King-Ohger week to week, even when I see a preview that I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna like this. I come back and then I'm like, oh, I love this episode. So it's like.
The one thing I don't like is the current trend of the segue into the next episode by just ending, literally just doing those stopgap endings. So I mentioned that in my review where, like, 2 episodes ago, it was good. It was amazing because it came out of nowhere. The retainers showing up and then just beating the fuck out of the kings and all that stuff. That was like a holy fuck moment type deal because no one saw it coming. But then it's like, now you're pulling.
What's the next stopgap? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that was this one technically with Jeremy's mom.
Yeah.
That they pulled. But once again, because the beginning of the episode showed us it, I was already like, oh, okay. So we're speed running through Grody like that. We're just gonna speed run through Grody like that. Okay. Been cooking on this Fury of the Gods for a long ass time, and we're just great.
Mm.
As like its own self-contained episode, I still would have to say last episode is my favorite. I think.
Last week's episode.
Yeah, the whole Jeremy thing. Only for like that last bit in the throne room, like that was just.
Yeah, but then now retroactively seeing that he just went
Oh
back
no,
home.
I still like self-contained like that episode as like its own thing. Like that's what I would mean.
Mm.
So good.
Okay. So we do got some new stuff that did end up popping up. One thing is probably my new favorite card in Gotchard, and I gotta buy it.
Yeah.
This Ren King Robo. Oh my god! I saw this.
Hate that these are only with those. For now, that we know, they might be in Wave 2. Hopefully, they are.
I gotta see the parallel of this card. I gotta see a parallel of this card.
Oh, that is a good card. That is a cool mech.
Mm.
It reminds me of like Get a Robo, maybe a little Gridman in there.
It's a lot of it uses the parade color scheming of Gundam, so it's definitely very Gundam-esque when it comes to its look.
And the shoulders as well.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta buy it. I
need a
got
soda of that.
Do you think they'll ever use it in the show?
It's gonna be CG hot mess.
It has like usually they'll put whatever one is there. And also, they got like a scan card, like a
Yeah, the
map
thing we
card.
saw in this episode where they were like scanning to trace the.
And I was
cameos
just
and
like,
stuff that.
they're gonna make cards of everything. Next year, they're gonna have a card for like the entry door to get into the freaking Alchemist Academy.
Don't
And I'm
say
just like, I will keep buying.
it's gonna be a thing.
So I'm probably gonna have to buy this weapon just to get this card.
So, Cloudy, you know how they did like the Geats line as a separate with like Phase 0, and they did like 0-1 on its own, but no other 0-1s, and this and that. Since they only did King-Ohger and Spider Kuminos as cards, do you think we're possibly gonna get Jeremy's mom as a Kemi card?
I have things I would like to use that gun for at this exact moment, but
Mark,
unfortunately,
what
I'm
if I
not
said
allowed
I
to
can
say.
make that card and put a side of Black Arachnia on the little?
What are you gonna get that card to read
That's
though?
peak.
I don't know. Maybe
Comment?
if I throw this driver 5 times on the ground, maybe it'll
Fifth
start
Amendment
reading
right,
cards.
Not say anything that's self-incriminating.
So,
But the cards are getting excessive. Like, I don't want that toy. 1, because it's not the scale. 2, when it comes to Kamen Rider at 19 Toku, if it's silver, black, and purple, I enjoy that color scheme. But like,
I don't like this. This is like looks very cheap and lazy.
no, I don't like this
what
toy
is
at all.
everything they do
I
is
just
lazy
want
those days.
this.
Yeah.
You know what the worst thing
That's
is?
all I
This-
want from
that
this.
card
I don't
will
even
only-
want this other card. I just
Yeah.
want this.
Zio, that card is only gonna come with this toy, and the only way you're gonna get that card is through a scalper.
Buy we'll find it cheap.
Yeah.
I find stuff. I got my way. Like, I might buy the toy, just sell the toy like everyone else does. Be like, hey, buy the... no cards included.
Just want this card. I just want that card.
You can make that card, Zio.
I could,
he
but
wants
my
a physical
driver's not
release.
going to read it. Well, it's not going to
Yeah,
read
that's
it
right.
It
even
wouldn't
after
read
I
it
buy
anyway.
it.
It wouldn't read
So-
it anyway.
My driver will read it.
All right.
No, the toy would just be used for bits in the future of me blowing up the gotcha driver.
Are you ever actually?
You would. I'm not even
I'll
joking. but
just take that thing to a wood chipper. Just be like, that's the bit.
Also, we're getting another build card too with the magazine that's coming out.
Why build? Why is it getting?
It's the same build. It's the
Build
same
pop-
one. It's just not foil.
Oh, then why would you?
Build's popular as well, anyway.
I don't know. Like, because I got the first magazine once, and I got the other magazines coming out like at the end of next week, and I'm like, man, I don't.
Wait, what's this?
This is the school trip, and I was so confused by who these two people were in the middle, but it's Hotaru and Rine, and I'm like, it looks nothing like them.
Yep.
The first time I saw this, I was like, who the fuck are these folks? And then I was like, oh.
This looks like a photo of like one of those like hyper battle DVDs. Like, this doesn't seem like it would be an actual
Also,
episode.
the wig's starting, even in this
Yeah.
picture, the wig's coming off on this side here. I'm like, y'all didn't notice that shit was pasting off?
Those two also look like not their typical selves in this.
It does not. Definitely not at all.
Oh god.
Real quick. Musamu, take it for $2 saying, We could always dare you to shred the card. No, you got to pay me more money than I'm going to be spending on buying that card to shred that card.
Mm. Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, and it looks like the Ringe and Tsuruhara out here might actually be characters for once. Neat.
Wait, what is that on her arm?
It's like a dirt bike helmet or something. Or motorcycle. With the fold down face shield.
Yeah, it's just a motorcycle helmet.
Gold Ash is returning.
Oh, he's using the weapon outside of just the base suit. Okay, I'm just
so he can pump it. He can pump it and just base Gotchard, just pumping it.
I'm going to.
I mean,
you do realize I'm going to take that and use it, right?
Just pumping it.
I'm using it. Okay, got it.
Stay here pumping it. You got to pump it sometimes.
Hold on, let me open up
Jeremy's
OBS.
mom.
This will take
Jeremy's
a second.
mom. You just got to pump it.
Keep going, Zio.
Super spider pump.
Just pumping that spider.
All right, got it. All right, we're good.
All right, great.
Also, I still don't like his henshin pose.
No, it's the most lackluster henshin pose ever.
If these scans are anything, that's the most time he's actually spent with his own best friend in quite some time.
I just kind of curious what we're gonna get. Like,
I mean, sure, here and here. And Rena actually looks happy in all the shots. So I'm guessing she goes to being happy girl again. And then even Minato's out here looking like regular teacher.
Also, hey, look, it's a school trip. There you go. More schools, Zio. More school.
But they're not at the school.
Yeah, it's a school trip and they're not even at the school. Hey,
there's gonna be a quick scene where he turns in a permission slip and that's it. Like he turns in a permission slip. Oh, look, there's a school.
Hey, listen, school, this is aimed for Japanese students. They don't want to be reminded of school. They have to go 6 days a week.
Yeah, that's horrible. I don't feel sorry.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. Oh, it's the cover for one of the magazines. I thought it was a cool magazine.
Yeah,
cover.
That's I'm trying to think. They do. I think those are the seasonal ones. They don't do them like every month.
Oh,
and
we also
they ruined it by putting Gaim on there.
Gotchard looks way harder on this this cover than it ever does in its show.
I do like that wrestler suit though. I like that.
The wrestler ant. Yeah, it's a good one. Oh, by the way, they that isn't I guess Gira's chest plate. Apparently they have multiples because Gira's using his base form with King in one of the scans.
Well, they've got multiples of the chest plate for a lot of the stunt suits.
Okay.
Plus, I feel like those aren't that hard to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though what I do hate about it is
the cape.
No, that this is clearly just a sticker that they put.
Because
the thing is, it's like we've seen it with the other King-Ohgers. Like this is translucent, and there's a piece under it. So I'm like, why didn't they just put this under it? Was that literally too much to ask for them to just take off the under part and then put this under the acrylic? Oh, okay. So vinyl.
It's difficult for them. Like, practical effects, no, it's all CG now.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna CGI that sticker onto that chest.
Yeah.
I don't envy the person that has to trace each shot frame by frame to make sure it stays on there. As someone that's done that for some bits, I'm just like, man, it's a chore. Just trying to make sure it lines up right for the time being.
We're only gonna get to see the back anyway.
I kind of hope like when this red shows up, like because I haven't seen the Super Sentai season, that I don't have to like
Ryusoulger Red
go watch it. Yeah, I don't have to go back and watch it. Hopefully,
it's a good season.
It is good. The Power Ranger season is also very good too. Dino Charge.
The Dino Charge, yeah, I watched that. I got the DVDs. Like they had a Super Dino Charge too, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, I got those DVDs for like $5 each for the whole season of each one, and I was like, all right, I'll watch these at some point, and they're still over there.
I don't know what you guys' take on it is, but yeah, Dino Charge is one of the ones I think is pretty good to watch.
Yeah,
I think I have a sealed.
Dino Charge is pretty good. I haven't seen Kyoryuger. It's popping off. So.
Yeah, Kyoryuger is a very good one. It's also very famous in Korea, I think.
Yeah, it even got like a sequel series in Korea from what I know.
Yes, they did make their own original Kyoryuger. There, I guess it was just that big. The thing that gets me is this shot here because it looks like this is either Enkasopa or they're on our Earth now.
Yeah.
Our Earth, I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess and say because that Enkasopa looks like it would be way more technological than that, right?
Yeah, but this is before effects get supplied.
True.
So yeah, now that we got a proper look at the suit, it's minimum effort.
Is this going to be like a show, like a special, or is this actually going to be in the main show?
I think it's in the main show.
Yeah, it's in the show itself. At least that's how they're hyping it up. So,
not looking forward to it.
It's just gonna be weird because I'm just like, it's Carnival's undersuit with just King-Ohger chest piece. Okay, later on this one.
Carnival has my favorite insert theme, I think, of any like power up form.
All right, I was wrong.
Carnival is a good form in itself.
Yeah, I know, but that insert theme, it goes hard if you ever heard it.
So yeah, here's a better look at the Kip Bash here, which is still
it's interesting.
No. They try to make something work. It's just okay. It's just okay. And then fighting this giant chimera fucking Devos monster from Q-Ranger, because I'm just like, oh, okay, it's got all of the generals here combined. It's a good suit. It's a good suit.
Yep.
So I wonder how they're going to explain all of that thrown in there. Oh, wait. Is that a Hitotsuki? No, it's not. But Musa Muteki, real quick. Favorite Carnival form? I'd have to relook at them again. It's been 10 years.
The game of Carnival is quite good.
I only remember like favorite Carnival. Like, was there others?
No, well, he's like, what's your favorite combination of Carnival? Like the arms.
Oh, yeah.
Because the gimmick of the suit. Yeah,
I'd have to relook at that shit again. It's literally been like 10 years. So I don't really know. I can go on the Ranger Wiki and find out.
Oh shit! I've got to go. Thank you for having me. I gotta.
All right, go to the airport.
Enjoy your driving. Remember,
enjoy.
Jeremy's mom.
Never forget. We won't see you next week, but I know you'll be curious and get on the chat.
Never. Oh god. Bye. Thank you.
All right. Let me see. I'm trying to pull up the other Carnival forms just so I can get a proper reference here for it. Oh my god, I don't like any of these. Probably Western. I'm going to go with Western. Great. So yeah, on top of that, of course, we do get a glimpse at the mech combination that they've got going on as well. But apparently the mech combination will be CG because, of course, they didn't want to make a whole ass actual practical suit.
Yeah.
And I don't even think they've got the suit for the mech after this long. I don't think they keep them in storage. Which is why a lot of times when these guys show up in future crossovers, it's always stock footage or CG.
So this is part of the show, right? This isn't like some special they're doing? Okay.
It looks like October 8th.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's like next week.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I need this. I need the mini plot for that to combine with the other obnoxious mini plot. So I can be like, oh, look at all these King-Ohger obnoxious mini plots. Then I need the Caucasian castle to combine with this.
Yeah, so that means the thing is, I've already pre-ordered this. I already pre-ordered the DX of the reissue of this that is compatible with the King-Ohger.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you got that because I know they did a regular reissue that's not compatible.
No, I got the reissue for this.
And then they got another one that's actually compatible. I like the idea if like they do something like this down the road with other seasons of getting like these reissues that can like combine with newer ones. I like that a lot.
Yeah, if they make them full like combiner mechs, shit. Yeah, I'd be deep in the hole buying a whole bunch of fucking mechs.
I'm already in.
Oh, for sure.
All those SMPs, we'll save that for we talk about toy stuff. It's sad. I'm already winning next year and I haven't even started.
I've got a lot of pre-orders that don't get fulfilled until next year, so there's that as well.
Between January and March, there's already a comma in the total price.
What I'm wondering is what the fuck? Okay, so that is Rita's
tail,
like butterfly wings that we don't see on the King-Ohger itself are being used here because typically, but I'm like, why were they that big?
The wings are on the sword usually, so I think they're just.
But that's the thing. Looking at the actual mech here, the wings aren't that big.
Right. So the funny thing is, like, in one of the candy toy blogs, they explain the wings, and they kind of like scale based on the use. So technically, the sword for even the DX one, the wings are supposed to be smaller, but technically they could get bigger depending on the mecha, I guess.
Yeah, but if you buy the Mech DX toy that is combining with these, that's not gonna work.
It'll probably come with
wing extensions.
The angle it's at, because they did it with the mini plas.
It's not the angles that they're at because you see the wings of like Yanma's mech back there, and
those are even bigger than they're supposed to be too. They're not that big. The Dragonfly ones, but they released more newer versions of like the Papillon Ohger wings and this and that to scale them to the show, which I'm surprised they didn't do for the DX version with the sword. But like I want this regardless. Like this looks good. Like you can see like the yellows, the dragon, the T-Rex tail in half, and it's very wing heavy.
It is.
But they haven't announced a mini plot yet, so I don't know.
But a dinosaur combining with a bunch of bugs just intrigues me. So hey,
yeah.
And I think that's it for the scans that I've got for.
Yeah, I think that's most of them.
Yep, because everything else is just like all the League Chemi cards and shit like that.
All right.
Which those are League Chemi cards and things like that. Any opinions on that?
I haven't been keeping up with the Chemi cards. Like I was sort of on the Chemi card hype train, and then I couldn't get my box, and I was like, I don't care about these anymore.
But then once you get your box,
I don't think I'm gonna get my box because I don't know if the aftermarket's gone crazy for them or maybe
everybody's gone crazy for them
for phase one.
Yeah. Maybe I'll look at phase 0 and see if I can find, or phase 1, like because I've still got that Zen Market credit that I got.
Phase 0, you already know what you're gonna get. That box.
You get all of them. You get all of them from what I've heard with phase 0. Phase 1, I might look at getting because it's sort of like that random wild card in a box. But we'll see what happens. I'll go searching online. I mean, I'll have to see how much I'm paying for the box. Ash lost his box. No, okay. So technically what happened is I went to Zen Market to get the box, and I think because I was selling out so quickly, the order wasn't fully processed. They sort of put my name down for it, but I think I got later in the wave, so they just refunded me like the credit, and then I've got that to use on Zen Market later down the line.
When you start pulling cards like these, you're like, I need to buy more. You gotta buy them.
Sorry, mortgage, I can't pay you. I've got Gotchard cards I want to get.
I mean, they're only like $55. I don't know how much your mortgage is, but hey,
$55 plus shipping and conversion rate.
Plus shipping. I was talking about the price in itself. I mean, when we get it from Toku Collectibles, it's like $55.
Because I pay conversion rate with Toku Collectibles, so but that.
Blah blah something once again says CSM Shin Kamen Rider belt got a video showing it. Does it do Steam? Does it Steam? Does it open up in Steam?
It makes the noise as if it does.
I mean, if it opens up and steams, I'm gonna have to do some
It opens
nasty
and
things.
it makes a steam noise. No actual steam though.
Oh, but they showed that off before. No actual steam. This is disappointing.
That's one of the pre-orders I got, but that's not coming out till June of next year.
See, people are saying that it does have steam.
I have not seen Steam.
If I see that thing open up and actually shoot out steam, I will instantly make bad life decisions.
It causes the windmill in the center to spin. Okay. After we could release it, causing the center belt to pop up and the windmill to rotate in the opposite. Yeah, there's no steam. Sound effects and theme music only. And various cast voices are included. The belt strap is made with genuine cowhide leather for premium feel with an approximate max circumference of 38 inches. Speaking of max circumferences that are 38 inches, could we talk about Jeremy's mom?
You can.
What else is there to discuss?
Nah, there's nothing else to discuss.
Besides, she's thick, boy.
But the belt's nice. It's literally $450.
Yeah, nah.
But June 2024, so there's time.
I'm glad I was not drinking when you said that. Damn.
Yeah. Pre-ordered it.
I've not watched the Opera Ranger 20th subbed yet. I will watch that eventually. Yes, the subs are out. They came out like the other day. CSM Genesis driver did also get announced. I want to know more about it. Genesis driver is one of those drivers from Gaim. I actually like the Genesis driver more than I cared about the Sengoku driver. But I just don't know if it's going to end up becoming, if it's just a DX with a nice belt, because that's essentially what the Sengoku driver was.
Yeah,
DX with a nice belt.
They did. I don't know if you saw it. They announced the Memorial Deca Ranger license.
I saw that, but I'm like, that price for that? No.
I know it. Whereas we are getting the Ultra replica Mebius brace from Ultra Brothers, and I was like, we haven't had anything, and we got like 2 or 3 different Memorial announcements for Ultraman, and I was like, it's been a while because we get the Guts Spark Lens switch. If anyone liked Trigger, that's for you. I'm not buying it.
Look, if they announce Memorial, like the one from Blazar, the Blazar brace, gotta buy it.
I feel like when the show's over, they will. And
that's all I'm waiting for. I just need that announcement. And
I need the Memorial one from Orb. I need a Memorial one from Rube. I need the Jeed and also the Belial Jeed Memorial. I need all those because I need those bad. And then we're even getting some freaking more Metal Hero stuff because they did the blue and the black both got in from the Beetleborg ones. I don't forget what it's called in Japan. They actually 2 of those got announced.
Yeah.
They're like $100 each figure.
Oh,
and it's the SMP line, so they're model kits. And I'm like, that's expensive. Done. Why not?
All right. So before diving too deep into toys, because toys can be something that can just last a long time in terms of talking.
Yeah.
Pookie says some shit, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. He's been saying a lot of shit.
Do you need the thread?
Go ahead.
I think this is my first time reacting to it. I've seen most of it. I've seen the bit that everyone keeps quote tweeting.
Let me just try and damn all these loud ass vehicles going by. Shut the fuck up.
I know they're definitely revving up. They were like, team.
So I don't know if you want to put it out there, so I put the whole thread link in the private chat.
Let me see if I can pull it up because remember I don't have Twixter.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a private account, so
yeah, but Twixter likes being a bitch.
Ah, that's true. Well, I mean,
yeah, I can only see the first tweet.
You have to click on it to get the whole thread to load sometimes.
Oh no, I literally.
Oh, okay, I see it though. All right. Let me put on don't think I can share my screen. Oh, I can share my screen.
Yeah, you
screen
can.
share.
Ash has done it before.
All right.
Yeah. Just make sure you have your bug porn tabs closed.
Dude, I'm closing it right now. Okay, you got 12 tabs of Black and Arachnia showing up. All right, let's see. Share.
Need to commission those 3D Rule
Oh god,
34
no,
artists
wrong
on
screen,
that
wrong screen, wrong screen. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. There we go. Oh, good. You guys can't see it. DM's good. Keep that shit out of there. Yeah, they're still freaking.
Wait, light mode?
Dude.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Light mode? What the fuck?
What, bro?
Because I have this light on. When I have this light on, I have to have light mode on or it hurts my eyes.
That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Oh my god, you children. Deal with it.
God.
All right, plus
is your Switch in light mode too?
Hell no.
Okay, I was about to say.
So yeah, let's go down all the stuff. So there was the freaking, what is it called? Space is still going. The Cosmic Celebrate. This has been going on for far too long. Like I think it's going on like 9 hours now. Because this was from 5 hours ago, and it was already going for like 4 or 5 hours. So obviously we already know Hasbro on their board of whatever decided to make Cosmic Fury 10 episodes only. Apparently, they only had 2 months to film everything. And Netflix was willing to do a 20-episode season, oddly enough. All the way, I haven't read through this whole entire thing, so I don't know if there's any spoilers for the actual show, guys.
Yeah, maybe. I don't want to get spoiled. Some things are starting to.
Let's see. Cosmic suit designs. Well, I mean, Evil Ollie is like the entire shit. So
I will say the Once and Always thing is what got me the most, because it says Once and Always was originally a family comedy special. Then Hasbro wanted it gritty, but then certain like legacy characters couldn't make it. So then the story was changed again, and then they wanted to make it so like that thing must have went through production hell.
Yeah, I'm guessing ever since like Austin St. John got into that hot water, it must have went.
So I have a second tab open of this, so I'm reading just to make sure there isn't any.
And then JDF retiring and doing Legend of the White Dragon.
When's that finally coming out?
Next year, apparently.
There's some spoilers in here, so I'm gonna stop sharing this and I'm just gonna read the ones that aren't spoilers.
Let's get to Pookie's hot take.
Let's see. So let me see, where is it? Yeah, let me take this out. I stop sharing so I can scroll down because I have too many tabs. All right, so really quick, one of the ones is so this has to do with Once and Always. Hasbro accused production of cultural appropriation for making Robo Rita look too Japanese.
Wait, what?
That robot didn't look like shit.
Of cultural appropriation for making Robo Rita look too Japanese. I was like,
if they think that's too Japanese, then they need to reassess what Japanese people look like. Because I'm like, what?
Also, this is a spoiler for anything, but they're going over like everything in general. Like Zordon has never been on the table, so David Fielding has never been approached. Once and Always, anything like Zordon has been like off limits.
Oh,
that's basically how they word it. The Cosmic Fury Rangers were always designated to be the same color, so pink, yellow, and etc. were never even a consideration.
Okay.
I was like, how are you going to end on the 30th anniversary with no like pink or yellow? Like,
can't
give me the OG 5 colors. Like,
then they just end up with, all the colors that we got.
Yeah. Apparently there was a whole deep Fern and Izzy story in the 20 episode version of Cosmic Fury. At one point, Fern was going to break up with Izzy for being too overprotective.
I can see that, given that the way the show was structured. Yeah.
And
after watching episode 5, I can see that.
Yeah. Hasbro wanted to maintain the dinosaur theme for Cosmic Fury because it sells toys, yet they don't release any toys.
Yeah.
They haven't. There was never a draft of. No, that's. Yeah. Oh, here's some stuff. Prop designs will go to Hasbro and then to the brand's team with Toei. In turn, they ask for modifications such as lightning bolts from the brand team or Toei asking for modifications that would make it easier to make as a toy. So Hasbro is letting Toei make some of the actual physical stuff and modifications. They had to get like basically tell Toei, hey, like we want to use this helmet and snap, but could you modify it for us? They weren't letting Hasbro do it.
So meaning that the changed up helmets that we got in Cosmic Fury were done by Toei themselves.
That's what I'm. Here's one. Ninjor was originally considered to come back in Cosmic Fury.
Oh, that would have actually been good.
From a canon standpoint, that would have.
Yeah.
Like Bill even mentions the ninja powers, like I think like second, third episode.
So
yeah,
you're 5 episodes in, right?
Yeah,
Ash?
5 episodes in.
Did you catch any of the quotes from the old school 95 Power Ranger movie that they kept throwing in throughout the show's episodes? You never know you miss powers, so you can't morph, stuff like that. Like that was what they said on the
they threw in lines from so many other things. This is not really a spoiler, Ash, but in the second to last episode, they say a line. It's a countdown, and in my head, I'm like, to destruction, and then it says to destruction, and I fucking died laughing. Yeah.
There's like, they
you son of a bitch.
They threw so many lines in there, and they did another one from the movie too a few times. And I was just like, there's like 6 or 7 quotes total just from the 1995 movie alone in the show.
Mm-hmm.
But not having Ninjor, I was like, damn, that would have been good. Also, Ion was a 6th Ranger due to Sentai footage. However, narrative, he's considered a standard member. And they said the 6th Ranger trope is not heavily considered when writing the show. Since we also saw the first episode, the intro of the Morphin Masters was Chip Lynn's idea, I guess one of the writers, and Hasbro approved it. However, by having all powerful beings, they realized this disempowers previous Power Ranger teams, and that's why they're taken off the table in the first episode.
The thing that doesn't make any sense about the Morphin Masters appearing like in the first episode was the entire qualms that they had with Master Green even helping out folks.
Yeah, they're not supposed to
in fucking Dino Fury. Yeah. And I'm just like,
you
no one here, like actually throwing hands.
It's like the Watchers from X-Men. It's from Marvel in general. It's like, yeah, they don't interfere, but like, yeah, you're interfering. Here's one. Becca Barnes, who I think is one of the writers or on the production team, is a fan of tentacles and cats. And this explains why so many of the decisions were made this season. And I was like, tentacles, not octopus or squid, just a fan of tentacles. And I was like,
I mean, we did get a lot of dismembered like tentacles.
I'm just saying that's a poor choice of wording because I'm like, do you like anime? Manga?
I mean, tentacles.
3D
and then,
printers.
of course, there's another word for cats.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So I guess what is this one? Toei was clearing out their warehouses and sent a spreadsheet with photos of monster suits they were throwing away to the production team.
I knew that one. I knew that one already.
And the production team kindly took the offer of the suits. And I'm like, Toei just throwing shit out? Like,
So when people are asking like Toku Punk already, like, why is a Lupad Kaijin there? That's the reason why. They were about to throw out those suits and they were like, you guys want any of these for anything?
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, sure. We don't have to design shit ourselves. Great.
This is one that I always agree with that I don't think is bad. Simon does not believe he would have been able to give 13 Ranger suits enough justice if Lupat was adapted. They would have changed the colors. However, due to the BLM stuff, Rangers as criminals, etc., that's why they didn't want to touch it because everyone keeps asking about that. He's literally like, they won't touch that at all.
Like he mentioned that like a year or two ago on Twitter.
Yep,
he brought it up again.
Yeah.
Apparently, everything during all of development, Ninjor is the only character that got changed, and Ninjor. The reason why Ninjor is not there is for a certain returning character that was there in the first episode and was there during Dino Fury, Mick. That's the reason why we didn't get Ninjor.
Okay.
And they said basically because He was more recognizable from a new generation. I was like, no, you give us Ninja. You make me so angry. Like, oh, you hear that on screen, you know it's going down.
Because I mean, Billy's not enough of a returning character for me, especially when he did fuck all besides like make their suits.
Ooh, this is a spoiler. Okay.
And the fact that Billy, technically, if you want to blame anyone for the designs of the Cosmic Fury suits, you got to blame Billy now, because that just means that that man has no sense of style.
Yeah.
This
he was like, I decided to keep the dinosaurs because why not? But the suits, you know, that's all me.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You're the guy to blame.
Yeah, they didn't want to. The other thing is, too, they didn't want to change Mick or Billy's suits because they felt they were too iconic and they didn't want to give them cosmic suits. Okay. And I was like, here's one for the comic fans. JJ would have potentially been in Cosmic Fury had it been written as a once and always continuation.
Oh.
Mandates, like everyone at Hasbro wanted them to be two separate and keep continuity to a minimum.
Okay.
The thing that doesn't make sense for me is just going into the once and always.
Well, that's not really quick. Unknown, if you're new to this, yes, you already finished watching it. Ash has not, so I'm avoiding all spoiler stuff. So if you weren't here in the beginning of the stream, we're not spoiling anything.
I will say this, that I feel that once and always takes place after 100%. Cosmic Fury.
It has to, even without like watching it, it's just like Billy being there, just being in the episode, like in the show alone. I'm like, well, it's not lining up. Like,
plus there's some things that happen like towards the end that I'm just like, oh, okay, this has to completely happen after this. So there's that.
Yeah. Apparently, okay. So we all saw the Javi stuff because that was like in episode 2 with the arm.
Yep.
So apparently there, like, this is all one big statement, so it seems kind of jumbled. There was a lesbian writer in the room that was the champion for Fern and Izzy, basically, in production, worked with Glad to help guide them through that stuff. And I guess because of mandates, characters were not able to be shown upset. It always had to have an overwhelmingly positive message.
That makes sense with like how Billy's sort of being this comfort to Harvey having his like arm chopped off, and then he's like getting over it really quickly, and then he's sort of adapting it.
Okay. Yeah, the way really like brushing up. This man lost his arm. No, it's okay. We got it. We got it.
He Marty McFly'd his arm, and he's like sort of like getting over it within like an episode or 2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was a quick turnaround when it comes to that.
Oh, this would be good about Zato. So production wanted Zato to be a new color since he couldn't be assigned white because of Hasbro. Titanium was pitched. Hasbro said no. The champagne color was then picked. Hasbro approved, and Hasbro picked the name Zenith.
Okay, I think I heard the titanium one a while ago.
Why couldn't they do white? Oh, I can't. There you go.
Yeah, I muted my mic because it looked like everyone froze really quick. So I was like, let me.
Everyone froze.
It looked like you froze for a second.
Yeah. Because so I don't know, like I can't find it in here. So here's the thing: the reason why they didn't make Zato a white ranger is because Hasbro thought it was racist to have a black character be a white ranger, and it would come across as racist. And I was like, you not letting him because I was like, that's the Uno reverse on yourself.
I'm just like, how many black rangers have we had? Then you gotta remember Trini, Asian Yellow Ranger.
Tommy being Native American, being red.
He's not really Native American though.
But they played it up.
I know they played it up. That's all that really bothered me as a kid when I found that out. It was like being Native American. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like I get a superhero. And then I'm like, he wasn't even really. I was like, oh.
It's a very forgettable trait about Tommy, forgetting that he's got like Native American blood in him.
Yeah. Also, there's a really big one that he kind of for once and always, because the fight footage is so time consuming, and they had this was original. They want another 2 weeks for the second unit to do more like fine tuning of the action, but it was cut. And he said he wanted more money and time for the VFX work for the CG Zord footage because physical miniature sets would have been too expensive, but that's what he wanted to do. And I'm like,
that was
that'd
ass.
been cool.
The
Yeah.
CG mechs is like the most disappointing thing.
Yeah, I'm skipping all this stuff. That's spoilers. I mean, you guys saw it on the thing. It's Juki collects.
Yeah.
Me and him talk about a lot of toku stuff, especially toys.
I think I've interacted with Chuki a little bit.
Yeah. Let's see, where's that one? No. Simon said he's going to stay around for a week or so to discuss Cosmic Fury. Then he'll leave Twitter permanently.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He'll be on
got a
Friends.
bingo card for that one?
Yeah, he said he actually admitted he shouldn't have said he wasn't a fan of Super Sentai and Power Rangers because it did come back to bite him, but he said he loved working on the show.
Yeah,
but he doesn't watch TV as much. Like, I know this because I've talked to him. He's a theater.
He's doing interviews with people. We might have to hit him up because I was gonna hit up like Russell or Hunter just to shoot the shit with them. Like, because if there's one thing I want to talk about Russell, it's like video games. Because like they did that Smash tournament with the Dino Charge cast before the show even began, and to talk video games, but they can't because he's union.
They can't talk about anything.
Yeah.
Raiders can, because now my podcast is back from hiatus because I can have people on again. There's nothing really else. He does say never go on Ranger Board or Twitter if you want to produce a kids TV show, especially Power Rangers.
Yeah, that seems obvious.
I do feel like since he made this statement initially about not liking either Power Rangers or Super Sentai, I'm just like, that's you that's about to quit this entire game. He's been doing this for so many years now that I'm really wondering if it was just the fandom and that's what got him to go on that kind of headspace, was really just his interaction with the fandom, because he would just not leave the bird alone. And that in turns kind of like soured him from disliking Power Rangers and Super Sentai and the snobs in between that are like, they can't have it one way or another, that type of thing. But honestly, like myself watching Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury, I think Power Rangers could benefit by going completely original.
Oh, 100%. Like, and I don't see it as a glass ceiling or like restricted, because let's face it, you could build a story around stock footage. What you do is you build your story and you find a way to put the footage in. You don't find a way to work around the footage you have. You just try to be like, oh, this little bit right here will work in there. But like I said, like when I started my channel, I was reviewing the season 1 when it started airing, but the whole Nickelodeon thing was annoying. Like Dino Fury season 1, 2, and then into Cosmic Fury. Good little. That's why when you guys were asking me, because like full transparency, I saw this thing like over like almost a week and a half ago. Like I already saw it, and I was just like, I kept my mouth shut. Like I was like, I'm not talking. I didn't even tell some of my friends.
Yeah, I was telling Ash because Ash didn't get the luxury of watching the episodes early.
No, they never.
So,
I have
take
no
this stuff serious. I don't share it with other people. I know a lot of people were in Discord sharing with other people. I don't care embargoes and NDAs. I didn't have an NDA. I did have an embargo. I don't.
Wait, you did?
I respect this stuff. Well, I didn't have an NDA. I had an embargo.
Who'd you like? Anyway, you led the talk. Who you reached out to? Because I reached out to Netflix. I reached to the Hasbro, and I got nothing.
Netflix.
I went to the Netflix site. I went to the Netflix site. I put my name down, like months in advance, and they never got back to me. Sadly,
I've
guess I'm not cool enough.
Well, don't forget, I still have media credentials, technically.
That's true.
And
that is very true.
I will say a lot of people who are tweeting and this and that, they're like, like when people are complaining, all these people on Twitter get to talk about it, this and that, like their friends showed them. There's no people who are strictly just on Twitter only who got approved.
Right.
It's podcasters. It's people who do some sort of news and journalism. I will say they do look at when you ask. They do look at when you ask. If you're asking like a couple days before it airs, they're like, nah. But I still have all my press credentials because I use them all the time, and I don't fucking care. Okay,
Right.
I'm like, let me just take the big dick out. And be like, yo, I got press credentials. Give me my shit. I'm like, remember me, guys? Yeah, I'm still around. Give me my access. There's one more thing though, because we all know about Ollie, and I want this is why Ollie was chosen to be a villain due to his actor potentially having other filming commitments. Had he not been available, he could be a suited only character, and the actor would provide ADR from the States.
Oof.
And apparently, like when you saw Kai Moya with the sunglasses, that was a camera test. That was not actually anything shot for the show.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, because
the thing is, within the context of the show, it made sense because in Dino Fury, he had already gone evil once before. So I was like, it made sense.
Yeah, and he played really well, honestly. I think he had up until episode 5, because I'm not going to talk about anything past episode 5, and it doesn't change. Anyways, I think he was one of the more intriguing people that kept me watching through it. My wife was watching with me, and she only watched some of Dino Fury. And like I said, she hasn't seen anything since the Turbo movie and the 2017 movie. And she's watching it, like, we're laughing at some of the stuff, but then she's like, it's kind of cool. She didn't like any of the Zord stuff.
The Zords, I would say, I was kind of looking forward to them when they said that the Zord footage would be limited. They're in like every episode. The Zords are literally in like every fucking episode.
I thought they'd be not in every episode because Simon said we're going to use them a little bit.
Exactly. They use them to fucking like every fucking episode.
I think out of context, I think he meant like they weren't going to use a lot of footage because let's face it, they're calling the Megazords that's like repeat footage over and over again.
Yes,
it's still the
just
fights
appearing out the portal and all that shit is like,
which was lazy, but I don't really care. I think I kind of want this continuity to continue.
Yeah,
and give us something else. Also, he flat out said they don't check the comics. Hasbro doesn't care about the comics when it comes to the show. They don't do anything that like there's no ties ever. And I'm just like, shame this man. Give me Omega Raiders, damn it.
Didn't they technically tie into the comics with some of the shit that happened in this show anyway? But okay.
Was there
really.
anything spoilery? No.
I mean, not really.
Not really. Lord Zed said something on Eltar, and if you've read the comics, Lord Zed's from Eltar.
Yeah. Oh, is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoilers for that.
That's not spoilers. It's amazing. If you read the comics,
like when he showed up on Eltar, I was like, man, I expected Eltar to look great. It's okay. And they're not.
Zed's also a Power Ranger.
So
yeah,
I saw that when I went on the wiki earlier.
Yeah. I just need all this. Like, I gotta stop buying covers because, like, I got this one too. Like, I gotta cut back. But the zombie ones connect. So I
will say, I heavily enjoyed Lord Zed during Cosmic because he just seemed like stepdad didn't want to be stepdad. It was hilarious.
Whenever that like little billionaire like one was like talking, he's like,
he was just bothered the entire time.
He's like, your dancing sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's just like, I know I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I ruined the vibes. Like, I was like, oh, this is me around any of like the younger coworkers. And like, dude, no.
I'm trying to record all this great music, and he's
also
just
the
like,
voice
you
actor.
Call this music?
The new guy they got to do the voice of Zed did a really good job.
Yeah. Fred Tessicore. I don't know. He's done voices before. Like Monsters of the Week. Let me just bring him up because I was wondering. I thought it'd be Campbell. I honestly thought it'd be Campbell who would take over because Campbell auditioned for. Fred Tessicore. He provides the voice. Oh, he was the voice of Goldar and the putties in like the 2017 movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's not okay. So that's the one who's actually did American voices, not someone in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't harass any of the people voicing Lord Zed.
Yeah.
They all did good jobs.
Yeah.
No, it was a Zed number 2 guy.
No, except for the Beast Morphers guy. He was a terrible Zed.
I don't know anything about.
They were gonna have him come back, but he said he wasn't.
Yeah.
He got bullied.
No, like Campbell, you cannot do that. Like he is not good for that role.
Not a bad voice actor, does not fit for that. They could have Johnny Young Bosch do it. That would
Yeah.
be great. He's just sad.
Oh,
It's like why does that sound like Adam?
What does he sound like Blazar?
Right.
mm,
Yeah, that's really everything else is like spoilers for later stuff, and especially some stuff in the last 2 episodes. So I'm just like, that's
Right.
it for non-spoiler stuff. Everything else spoilers. So obviously, after you see the show, it's a good thread. Let's do it. Like I said, I think like I showed, like that freaking space is still going. I don't know how long
Mhm.
X, Twitter, Twix like keeps the length of them. If it's too long to keep it, but like.
no,
I
they
would
stay
like
out
to
forever because I listened to like.
Well,
one
I meant
of
for like the
four-
length of
yeah.
it, like how long it is, because that's a long space to have.
I think
So I don't know if it gets
if it
chopped up.
drops out, it drops out. I honestly don't know. Because I listened to one of them that went on for a fair bit after the drama when I moved into the new house, which we'll talk about off screen.
A lot of drama, so much drama happening.
Yeah,
Glad I'm not a part of it.
yeah.
I mean, I instigate it with me and Rolliver Queen getting in trouble for freaking inappropriate Wonder Woman comic book cover pictures, which we're still getting issues like stuff about. Bleeding Cool did an article about it.
Oh,
Shout out to wait, you're in an article?
No, Rolliver Queen is, and then my quote retweet with my photo with the lotion is.
Oh. Okay, you gotta
No.
send me that.
It's just
so,
shout out to
so
Oliver.
how's it going to be next week with Jeremy's mom, and then you just being in a like tub of
Dude.
lotion?
Oh my god.
Ew.
But no. All right, funny story. So like I was thinking of like funny stuff because you've mentioned before, like you and me in the tub with all my chemi cards or this and that, and I have a lot of extras. And I was like, but this might have to go behind a paywall because
It's that saucy. It's
I
that saucy.
haven't done it yet, but I was thinking about it because I was like bored, and I was like, but then I realized the amount of sodas I have. And I was like, there's some stuff.
I don't think you'd want to bath like you'd get in a pool or a little like splash pool of soda. It's like you'll.
So what was the
I'm
beef?
gonna put on
So-
a tub, and then I'm gonna lay in it. I'm gonna pour them over me. I'm not gonna like go dive into them. Like that's a horrible idea.
So Naha Johnson asks, so what was the beef? The beef with Simon Bennett was the statement.
People don't
that
like
he
his
said-
opinions.
Yeah, when he said that he didn't like neither like Power Rangers nor Super
Or
Sentai. And then there was also what was it? Catherine Sutherland was on a podcast
Interview.
as well that said that Super Sentai is limiting to Power Rangers. And I'm like, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong. Like she's not wrong. Like they've said that. Like Simon said that before. Like you sort of have to follow whatever the Sentai is doing when you're riding around it. If you go back and watch those older seasons of like Power Rangers, like Lost Galaxy and stuff like that, a lot of those seasons have their one-for-one stories from the Sentai, like Gingaman and Lost Galaxy. They copy the same story arc. Time Force and
well,
Time
Time Force
Ranger,
is almost fucking
one for one,
carbon
yeah.
copy.
Yeah, and people shit on Samurai for being a carbon copy, but yeah, Time Force is better. But like,
I think the
Yeah.
difference was the casting of Jaden
Mm.
Sheba.
Oh wait, black bottle with a gold label on that sake. Okay.
ooh,
Yeah, I'm
fancy.
almost done with it too. I've been drinking the entire bottle.
I know. I
The
was
entire
just sitting there, I'm like, damn. I was like, that cup's full again. He's got unlimited
Mm.
refills.
Um,
No, but no, like the thing is, like, Ruki's the executive producer, and he even clarified, which no one talks about. He had
Yeah.
writers who are basically encyclopedia and like wikis for Power Rangers and love the franchise. He's the executive producer. He's not writing things. He's here to make sure it works. You're in budget.
Yeah.
It's cohesive,
Mhm.
and it appeases Hasbro. Because let's face it, you can blame
Yep.
all the stuff about Pookie all you want, but guess who approves or disapproves all the stuff?
Hasbro.
Hasbro.
Yep. And you have to remember where Pookie came from with his film expertise. Like he came from theater, he came from like TV drama and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So for him to jump on something like Power Rangers, that's very different, very odd from like usual like hospital drama. This is like very like out of his ballpark. And then I feel like when he jumped online, he probably had no idea what he was in for.
No.
Once like he made his
and you
presence
could tell
known.
his background too, because like
Yeah, that's what I
don't
said.
know,
Yeah.
it's like You know, the theater, like he hasn't done. This is probably the biggest gig he's had as an executive producer, because other than that, most of his theater work is Shakespeare works, like King Lear, stuff like that. And he's even says he doesn't watch TV, and I've even asked him about movies he watches. He does not actually, but like, you know, Stanley Kubrick. Because I even asked him, like, what's your favorite Stanley Kubrick? And he's like, The Shining. I was like, oh, everyone says The Shining. Nice. Boring. Good, but boring. But yeah, but he had people around him who loved Power Rangers, who knew the work. His job is to just make it make sense and try and bring it to a scale to bring in new people. I wouldn't want an executive producer who's obsessed with the brand, because you become biased.
Yeah.
And you want to put all these Easter eggs in there and like lore, like not lore, but more callbacks.
That's what we had with Testicle with Samurai and Megaforce. Like he didn't like. I think Saban was also spearheading that, but like he tried doing whatever he thought was right as the executive producer, and he signed off on a lot of things, or sort of made things that went in his way. And we all know how those seasons turned out.
Yeah, I'd rather have someone who. It happens all the time too. Like look at, it's happened with Marvel and DC comic book movies. It's happened with, you know, other TV shows and this and that. It's like one of those things where it's like bring in someone who is not familiar with it, that you have basically a clean slate to work with when you have someone who's not already has some pre-notion or knowledge about it. And I'm like, that could work.
And you'll get a lot of those dialogue scenes that actually do play into like the classic stuff. There was a lot of it in Cosmic Fury. A lot. Like,
oh yeah,
one of those, like, sometimes you'll blink and you'll miss it type things. Like there was a line by Lord Zed near the end, like, if Dark Spectre could see me now, that type of thing. I was like, oh,
which messes with the continuity of Zed, because I'm like, this is the Zed when he was at his peak before Rita and everything else. But earlier on, even in Dino Fury, is like he was talking about how, like, you know, Rita drove him crazy or something. And I'm like, but this is before he was married to Rita.
Well, the thing is, I found out within itself saying that this was him at his peak before getting hit with the Z-Wave, like right before getting hit with
I think this was like probably right before he made his like mutiny appearance, like when he was like the Conqueror of Worlds and stuff like that. When he was at war with Zordon, probably.
Well, they specifically said that, like, not in the show, but
I
like
say something, but
in the other one.
That's okay.
There's a Rita reference later on, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, they're already married.
Wasn't there one also in Beast Morpher or whatever too when he came back?
It was Zed and Beast Morphers.
Did Zed come back in another season besides?
No,
they teased Zed coming back during Beast Morphers.
That's when Jason came back and he was like really out of shape.
Yeah,
looked like he ate a lot of dinosaur chicken nuggets.
He had like several meals in the plane ride over.
He's like,
he was eating good off of that COVID.
I need Tyrannosaurus Rex nuggets. Yeah,
this is 2019. I think it was before that, but yeah.
A little bit.
If we just, time it out a little bit more.
I joke, but out of all the Ranger actors, I've met him the most, and he's actually spent the most time talking to me. So,
look,
honestly,
I had
a good moment with him.
Seeing a lot of like his coming back into the fandom videos that he was doing before a lot of the shit that went down later on, I was like, this guy's the most like realist guy ever.
Yeah,
he's hilarious too. When you ask him about him and Walter and everyone, their freaking house and what they got.
I love hearing the stories.
I met him back in 2016, and like we had this really cool moment. Like he's a really nice dude. Like I met him at like the con back in 2016, and him and Walter like knew my name all weekend when we would like see each other around the convention.
Nice. Yeah, I met him in 2015. Walter had Delta airline tickets, and something happened to his flight, so he couldn't appear. But then David was there, Karen and Narvi, but it was supposed to be Walter too for their panel. That's what I got like my first real like gig. Well, for that convention, because it was like in Connecticut, and I got to like film all their panels and stuff like that. And then They were really cool, and I would like got this because I was a firefighter or first responder. So getting to talk to him after him like basically disappearing, and he was like really cool. I was like, oh, that's nice. Like, glad you're getting back into it. Like, you think you're ever gonna like jump back in, put the spandex back on, like a little Forever Red situation. Like, gotta forever cut out the red meat. I don't know. Like,
That's what I gotta do for my diet. I gotta stop cutting out the red meat.
I cut out red meat completely recently.
Yeah, I gotta stick to like chicken and fish now. It's terrible. I love the beef.
I went to Foodie Land over the weekend. That's why I wasn't around.
Michinaga will know what we're feeling once he gets old enough eating all the beef out there.
God, he just wants all the meat. No, I went to like a food festival here in San Diego over the weekend with my wife, and it was. I was eating. I had takoyaki, but instead of octopus, it was lobster with butter sauce on it. Yeah, it was hybrid. It was like there was a lot of like Asian fusion food there. I had elote, but it was ramen elote. I don't even. There's a combination, and like I've got some gyro thing, and that was good. And then I got a grilled cheese filled with jalapenos and cream cheese inside of the grilled cheese.
Yeah, you're making me hungry.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna cook after this stream's over now. So.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
I had like 2 pieces of toast before jumping on.
Oh, sorry, I forgot it's morning for you still.
Yeah,
I just had Popeyes for lunch. Like after I got my kid out of school, I was like, "Where do you want to eat?" And
I just want
like
dry biscuits. That's why you're torturing yourself with dry biscuits.
I mean, I didn't eat them. He did.
Oh, good point.
I
was saying that's like it's your diet. You don't carbs.
Yeah,
like I was like, wait, what are you doing with Popeyes? No.
Yeah, black and chicken, and coleslaw.
Like
black and chicken doesn't have any like.
No, I know.
know. Yeah,
I like coleslaw. No, you had about the coleslaw because I like coleslaw.
Yep, it's good shit. It's good shit. Also, I went to like CVS to get like my double like vax and flu shot, so that's why I've been band-aided up.
I don't do it. I mean, I got the vax, but I don't do any new shot. I don't do flu shots. Never.
I got a convention I'm going to at the end of the month, and I'm trying to get.
Are we talking Power Morphicon for next year?
Why?
Did you see the announcements?
What?
No.
Decade.
And
as well as almost the whole. Someone said because they did like a silhouette thing.
I saw the silhouette, but that's like stock photo silhouette, and I'm just like, look, unless you guys are actually committing to the bit, this is just teasing folks.
Yeah, but they're saying who it's gonna be. Like, I'm gonna go regardless because it's not that far, and there's some booths there that like have Kamen Rider stuff, and I got a Sengoku driver and the Forza driver for like $24 each last year. So
right. If I can get my funds together between now and then I'll look into it. That's for sure.
Since that's literally in California, I know I cannot afford it unless there's like a freak like nature event that I end up with a lot of money.
I mean, there's a lot of money on that shelf behind it.
A lot of money in those gimme cards, probably.
I gotta get rid of those.
No, I would love to go.
Wait. I didn't say anything nice. I did not. That's slander. I did not say anything. I didn't say anything nice about Gaim. I said I got it for $24 because y'all Gaim fans are too stupid and pay full price.
But yeah, I'd love to meet my haters during Power Morphicon. That'd be great.
Why they don't say anything to you? They just like stare at you, look you up and down, and be like, "Oh crap, he's bigger in person," and then they walk. They don't do anything. They don't say anything.
He's there.
They make eye contact with you, and you're just like, then nothing. I'm like, all right, that's what I thought. I was like, yeah, I'm not tall, but I got 13% body fat.
I mean, we're the same height, Mark. So
yeah, I'm 5'9", 5'10".
Well, I'm 5'10".
I round up sometimes. I think I'm like in between those. But yeah, no.
And Ash is the size of a bowl of punch.
Yeah, I'm the size of a shoe, according to Geekdom.
So,
which
I did see. Finally saw Shin Kamen Rider. That was great. Like,
yeah. He messaged me like he wanted to watch it at like 2 a.m. Like when he had the watch party. It's like I was sleeping or at work, but yeah, he liked it, which was good.
He put out his review. I commented on his review of it, like a little late, but finally he did it. He watched it.
Yeah.
Did complain a little bit about the pacing, but I was like, look, you just got to go into it like Kill Bill.
Boy, to think about the Scorpion Dog. That's all that matters.
He didn't mention it.
I judge everyone based on
he didn't mention the thirst traps.
Like,
No.
you ain't saying good about the Scorpion Dog. You can't.
Revice was based when? When was Revice based?
On a bad story. Never been a Power Morphin.
I'm waiting for Kamen Rider Deathstream, the show. Fund it. Reiwa 6.
Yeah.
Kamen Rider Deathstream. Give me Daddy Genta in his own show.
All right, I'm mad that Revice Legacy hasn't turned into like a Kamen Rider Legacy thing where we get like this mini side story world building. Like, I feel like that was a missed opportunity, and it was so good.
If we got that in Geats with Kamen Rider like Lair, and it focuses on Girori, I would have been all about that shit.
It should have been a thing where they could add like Geats Legacy, or they could just call it rebranding completely Kamen Rider Legacy, history of Vale, or history of Girori, or you know, history of the DGP, and it's like going back to these other ones, and it's like, add that world building. You have all these people on set. You already have all the costumes and that. Just boom, film some extra content.
Whoever you got being Ace Garfield, we could have had White Man Kamen Rider actually be a Kamen Rider on screen.
You get Kevin James right there.
Okay,
I thought Kevin James is going to grab me.
I don't know how that popped off. I've seen that image like ages before.
What's Kevin James doing now?
He's a meme now.
It's a meme now.
And now he's using it as his like new tour's like official photo too. And I'm like, I was like, sir, that's when you were on King of Queens and you were like 150 pounds lighter. Like, that's not.
Did he get bigger?
Dude, have you not seen him in that?
I've not seen Kevin James since King of Queens.
No, he's in this movie Becky where he played like a bald skinhead with a beard, like chasing down some girl, and it was like crazy.
Now I gotta look him up.
But I forgot, yeah. But I mean, if you guys, if anyone, like, look at, like, it's playing it out. It's not bad. It's a nice area. Pasadena's very nice. It's outside of LA, so you're not going to get peed on by a homeless person. It does not smell like pee at all outside there.
Why does he look like Fat Joe Rogan?
I noticed that as well.
Looks like he ate Data White and Joe Rogan.
Looking at these pictures, he's Fat Joe Rogan.
Yeah, in that movie, it's crazy. I will be there, obviously. I'm actually got a merch booth. Me and a couple other people. So I'll be a Power Morph God. Also, the best thing about it is the one thing we get. Ash has been back. Ash, I've missed you because these. Well, Cloudy's not here, so he can't defend himself. These heathens, these uneducated assholes, won't talk about any comic books with me. Ooh. They won't talk Power Ranger comic books. They won't talk Massiverse. They don't even know how to read.
You can't even read.
Yeah.
But how do you watch these shows subtitled if you can't read?
I said you guys can't read. I can read. Learn Japanese Duolingo. I've been trying. I can read pretty good now. I can't talk Japanese, but I'm getting better at reading. I can read the cover of the magazines.
Oh my god, a King-Ohger crossover with King of Queens.
King of
Queens.
It's just Jeremy's mom. Jeremy's mom with Kevin James in the background.
Someone's gonna make that now.
I'm gonna make that. That's gonna be you know, I did those Saber edits of Tassel and stories.
Yeah. But the cool thing about the comics I brought up is usually Melissa Flores will be there, Ryan Parrott, Kyle Higgins, Matt Grom, all of them. They all were there last year, did panels. And the panels are the great part too, because the panels are really cool. Because it's like
I love watching them online.
Yeah, and Power Morphicon is so much different than the Ranger Stop ones and this that, which Zio you went to and you explained the weird layout and
it's very small, very tight knit, but definitely those guys just walk around like it's nothing. Afterwards.
That's kind of how this is too.
I wish I was at Oz Comic Con over in, I think, Sydney or Melbourne, because they had Tessa Rao there. They had what's his name from Jungle Fury Blue, and they had Mystic Force Pink there, like all at one table, just hanging out. And I kind of wish I could go on. Like Power Rangers Australia asked me if I'm going. I was like, "You going?" It's like money and work, and I wish I went. But one thing I'm excited for next year, I'm definitely gonna have to get tickets for is Royal. Not Royal. Is it exhibition chamber coming to my state next.
You guys are saying freaking elimination chamber, and I'm mad. I
Really
want to
quick.
go.
Yeah.
I'll be
Maybe
out
skip
there.
down Morphicon and come to my state and come visit me.
Listen,
Your
someone
state?
who has ears.
Australia's the state now. Don't tell that.
Their
This
state when
new
they-
generation would believe it.
I've been wanting to actually legit go to Australia, but honestly, y'all got some fucked up creatures there. Like I like
That's a myth.
cryptids, but like y'all got the big jumping spiders. You got the weird crabs the size of a trash can. You got
But Jeremy's mom probably lives there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna see me on the news.
Local man tries fucking spider.
Yes. Weird-sized spider.
American man tries fucking spider.
I'm literally wearing like a
He's like,
Pixar
I'm not
3D printed
local.
Jeremy helmet. I'm not from around here, but
But
it's
I
like,
did
he
try
had a
fucking
beast-
this spider.
he had a Beast Wars I Heart Black Arachnia shirt on him.
She was thick.
It's like, yeah, I that's actually like cool to go out there, but obviously Japan's still on the list and Singapore, and it's like,
Yeah.
no, kangaroos are cool. Like I've seen the way kangaroos beat people up. I respect that.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life?
Nah, he's weak.
Oh wait, he's a wallaby.
Yeah, I was like, he's not even a kangaroo.
That's the joke. That's always the joke.
Yeah.
good
Man, you
old
guys get
Rocco.
on Nation Chamber. I mean, I'm getting the New Year's Day Raw out here, like right down the street from me, so that's gonna be exciting.
Nice.
That's wrestling.
But yeah. Apparently like it's 250 USD just to put your name down for like the tickets. So I'm hoping that I can get decent seats, but not only that, like my friends can all get decent seats sitting together.
There's too many
pretty good.
Gotchard cards. There's too many Chemi cards. I
Yeah.
need those instead.
Yeah, and they probably won't be there.
No.
Or
trying
I
to-
mean, that's the price of admission to pay more money to get those cards.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, was there anything else? Oh. I'm trying to see. I don't know what other topics. I was trying to milk the Power Ranger one for a while.
Well, I mean, I will say that after watching Cosmic Fury and Dino Fury to an extent, I am enjoying Power Rangers again.
Are you gonna watch RPM on stream? Even though it's Disney era.
If it
Yeah.
ends up being brought up in Toku Rewind, sure, but in terms of like, there's a different pacing that happens when it comes to like watching it in my leisure versus watching it on stream. Because of course on
Right.
stream, I also got to like pay attention to like stream
the chat,
things
yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
chat.
So
I don't
there's
stream
like,
stuff.
yeah, that's the side aspect to it. But after watching some of the teasers they were throwing in about Beast Morphers, I think I'm probably gonna check out that one next as like my leisure show. that I'll
Leisure
just
watch,
watch
yeah.
on my own time.
That's pretty good. I think
I
all
gotta-
of Beast Morph is still on Netflix.
Beast Morphers, I remember I tried because like after Lost Galaxy and then In Space or not Time Force, I was like kind of meh. I was like going to the late high school, college, stuff like that. So that my priorities were elsewhere. Also, anime was more easily accessible out here, and I didn't check anything out. But then I checked out like some of like Dimension and Danger, like the specials where I was like, "Hey, Tommy's coming back. Do you hear about this?" I'm like, "No, but I'll check out this one episode so I have everything else out of context." I tried getting the Beast Morpher one a couple years ago, and I watched the first couple episodes, and I was like, "This is really good production value." Like the first two episodes, I was like, "Maybe I'll start watching this again." And then I forgot it existed because it was like Nickelodeon, and I don't have cable. Like like 90%
So,
of Americans.
so I mean, like watching Dino Fury on Netflix, like just binging it in that sense. I was like, yeah, yesterday I was working on my Orga cosplay. I got much more progress on that one, but I was playing it at the same time that I was crafting. So it was nice, like as a good back burner bit, but
Filler,
also like good, like still picking up on the context of everything that was still going on. Definitely a lot of the emotionality that was going on. Like I said, there were some bits that were predictable because the thing is I had already known about like Amelia being a Ravkonian and things like that because of the teasers being out there. But watching season 2, I was like, oh, the seed plants were there earlier on because she was enjoying like Ion's like cooking. That type of stuff. I was like, oh, they were definitely cooking with this one. And then finding out that of course she was the villain's daughter, that type of thing, and I was like, okay. but once we got to like the scenes of her revelations to them,
Yeah.
you know, things change when you become a parent because you start attaching yourself more to like those parental scenes.
Yeah.
So when the reveal happens, I was starting to get like choked up. I was like, oh my god, they get me. Like those parent scenes just get me.
Yeah.
Right. What did you think of like the big titty TokuTonic villain being in there?
I mean, I didn't watch TokuTonic because I dipped out early.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But it didn't help that the actress playing her was mid as hell.
Okay, I will agree to that. Like, she does an okay performance. Fun fact.
But even then, when you just see her as like just herself, I'm just like, ooh, why is she looking like that?
Fun fact. You know those scenes where she's like underwater, in the tube. She filmed most of those pregnant, from what Campbell told me.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Was she actually submerged in water?
I think so, from what I've been told, which is kind of weird in a way. I think she was, maybe, because they have the hair up, because her hair's up in like the tube.
Yeah.
Unless they used fans for that, I'm not sure.
I mean, when you're using practical effects like that, it makes more sense actually using the practical effects if you have the access to it versus like say something like the new Little Mermaid where they didn't use practical effects and even the hair physics was all CG.
Yeah. If I talk to Campbell again, I might have to ask him about that.
But yeah, a lot of Mr. Freeze vibes during that entire arc, and I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people pointed out when like the episodes were first dropping. Do you have a favorite ranger from Dino Fury or Cosmic Fury?
It's probably gonna be Javi followed by Zato.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the first half, I was like Javi and Ollie.
Yeah, I like Javi's daddy issues stories was like a pretty interesting arc that he had.
Yep.
Because it's a very relatable
especially
story.
Once you start seeing how much of his dad became like a trophy hog in a way.
Yeah. And it's a very relatable story. With like the disapproving dad. What was I was gonna say? Okay, I'm gonna throw something out crazy. Have you seen Ryusoulger?
I've not actually.
Yes.
I've only watched up to episode 3 before I actually quit it because I was getting tired.
I think I made it up to episode 10. That's because I was watching on like Kiss Asia or whatever, and didn't. Yeah,
brave.
I regret it. And then I was jumping between houses as well, moving, so I just fell off it. I was gonna say, where would you like compare the two? But I guess.
I've seen all of Ryusoulger. I can tell you right now, I like the start of Ryusoulger more, but well,
that's the thing. The first episode of Ryusoulger is really good.
Yeah,
but then like right afterwards, they literally had a production change right after that first episode.
It's funny. The reason why I watched it was because I was watching Dino Fury, and then I realized there was no toys, and then I couldn't keep up trying to find the episodes because of freaking Nickelodeon or Disney Bolt, like because it wasn't on Netflix. It was airing every week, and I was like, "Well, I need to log in my cable provider into this app to watch it, but I don't have a cable provider. I have an internet provider." So I was like, "I'm just gonna watch Ryusoulger," and because I looked up on Amazon Japan to find the mechas, and I was like, "Oh, these are cool," and then I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna watch Ryusoulger." And
let me tilt my camera up a little bit, because I've got all my X up there.
Looks like mechas.
I finally put together Dodonji Taijin.
Yep.
Are those all Lightning Collection behind you?
Yeah, they're all Lightning Collections behind me. Which ones?
No, I sold my whole entire collection.
Yeah, you did say you sold it, yeah.
But yeah, Ryusoulger was good. Dino Fury is a lot better though. Dino Fury is so much better than Ryusoulger.
Sergeant Hooked on Heroes might fire you on that one, but I don't know what his opinion.
The thing is, that, like, there were points in Dino Fury that I thought like might have been too camp for me, especially with like all the Buzz Blast bits and things like that. They're like they had the Nerf fight in one episode that I thought was going on too long, but then after a while, I was like, you know what? Nah, this is actually fun. This is
Mm.
for
That's
me coming
the
into
thing.
this, like watching this with my kid. I'm like, this is I can enjoy this. I can
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
appreciate this. Yeah.
I like the Nerf fight one. It was like a kid's version of like the paintball episode from Community.
Yeah.
Oh my
At first, I was just like, I'm not gonna like this.
That's like
and I
top
was
five
debating
five
skipping it. I chose not to skip it, and I was like,
Mhm.
I'm actually enjoying this little side
Yeah.
piece. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's great.
And it was
Like Jane and Jayborg weren't like the worst comedic relief characters out there. I
but
think it's
they're
because they're actual.
entertaining too.
Yeah, I think it's because they're actual adults, so they're just
Yep.
wacky adults. Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, it like people have like see when I saw Ryusoulger, I only saw like one or two other Super Sentais. Is one of my first like ones I actually fully watched, and I was
Mhm.
like, it's good. I liked the
Mm.
mechas and the suits more than anything. I didn't care for the story as much, but I was like, oh, now when I go watch Dino Fury, I'm like, hey, I see the Super Sentai. Let me go check it out.
Let me be
But-
actually.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah. A little drool on my side of my face. But then I was like watching Dino Fury. I was like, I think there's very few times where I'm like, wow, this is superior to the Super
Yeah.
Sentai. This is peak right here, and they gave us 2 seasons out of it.
Mhm.
And a third, even because we know Cosmic Fury was originally going to be Dino Fury season 3, but Hasbro was like, no,
Push.
call it. Even Netflix was like, all right, Dino Fury season 3, and then Hasbro was like, no, Cosmic Fury
Call it
sounds
Cosmic, yeah.
better. Rebrand it, even though we don't have any toys. Why would we brand for it?
Yeah, fucking hell.
They also released prop photos of the morpher with what paint color, even the numbers to use and everything for the morpher. So I was like,
oh, that's pretty cool.
what you guys cooking? Even like full on like scaling and this and that. So basically, you can use EVA foam and make your own if you want, or adjust the $30 freaking one that already came out.
There are some nitpicks that I had about Dino Fury in general. First of all, like even though I love the morphin sequence stock footage, I hate their morphing sequence. It's
the pose.
far too long. Far too long. And the thing that gets me, especially when we dip into Cosmic Fury, the thing that I always laughed at was when they were morphing next to Billy, and then they would just do their long ass sequence, and then he's just like Triceratops.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay.
But not only that, like Yost's performance is almost as wooden as like when he did it like in the pilot 30 episodes ago.
Oh,
Like,
it is.
Yeah.
He is definitely the most probably my least favorite part about Cosmic Fury.
I liked Billy being like, because he wasn't that mentors per se. He was just
He's
kind of like
he's just there for the ride.
Yeah. He's
a
just
tech
being
guy.
that guy, but at the same time, it's just like it's that stale performance. It's just weird, and sometimes like he does make some quips that I was like, ha ha ha. But then otherwise, I'm just like, go back to just working on tech shit. Just whatever.
I feel like his like chemistry with the cast works really well. Like even bouncing forward with like a robot like suit like Solon, like they play off each other really well. But from what I've seen so far, Billy's performance pretty good. I'm excited for Heckle to come back. I am curious to see how they're going to explain that origin, especially if nothing with the comics is coming into play. So we'll see what happens.
There is an origin that is explained in there. Now, once again, I have no context for this character.
Same.
But when they did,
you've never seen Dino Charge.
Yeah, exactly. So when they brought him in, he gave a quick play-by-play of his origins, and I was like, "Okay, great. I'm caught up."
Heckle's
his
like,
acting style reminds me of Matt Smith from something I've seen.
That's the thing that got
like
me
his body
confused.
like doctor style, like Matt Smith.
Because when I first saw this character, I was like, "What? Why does he remind me of like the 11th Doctor?" Like.
Yeah,
because I didn't know the actor or anything like that. I was like, is this a reference that I'm supposed to get? But I didn't get because, of course, I'd not watched, Dino Charge.
No, it's just his face. He does have that and the hairstyle they give him, he does look like the 11th Doctor.
Yeah. That's good.
So yeah, they teased him early on in the show, and then they brought him in physically.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh.
Yeah. I'm into when he got the tease with the selfies.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was confused on because they did the selfies and I was like, is this someone I'm supposed to know? Like, I don't know. I'm like out here just like, who's this guy? Who's this guy? They bring him in later on and it's like great, but then the transformation sequence was not great.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting for you to
I saw the
finish it.
transformation sequence before I even saw the show because of all the spoilers that were posted up online already. Even before the show officially was on Netflix, there was already people like, here's these
there's so
transformation
much
sequences.
Gifting,
I hated that people were
gifting.
doing that. That was really annoying to me because I was like,
Yeah.
bro, can't you guys just like keep
I
That's
try
another
not to.
thing. It's like I thought the entire reason of doing it like this, like on Netflix, binge
binge
mode,
was to avoid
to avoid all of the spoilers because of the proper syndication beforehand, where other countries would get it like weeks in advance.
If I'm being honest with you, and I'm gonna get off flack for this, no one should have got screeners for it. Honestly, no one should have. I'm just saying, like, it's one thing if it's like a video game where you have to put in hours to play it and this and that.
Yeah.
It's another thing when it's a show that's gonna be binged, or even some movies when they like doing test screenings, they take your phone, they make you sign stuff, this and that.
Right.
It was so handled so sloppy because everything got spoiled and people were like gladly doing it, and it's just like
people were being very zesty online with the spoilers, like, and I get it. Like,
at one point I literally said, I hope no one ever gets
15
one
minutes
again.
of fame for being like, the guy that knows it all.
Yeah, I'll say some stuff after when we're not live.
Like I don't know who runs Power Rangers about the vows. I don't know if it's Chris or whoever runs it, but I don't think it was Chris that would be tweeting spoilers out. But there were people. No. Chris is a good dude, good guy, Chris.
Yeah.
But yeah, that did get annoying because it was like one spoiler after another that just hit my feed, like with the gifts.
Yeah, there's too many, and especially when people weren't tagging them, but like people are still posting them anyways. Like
I kind of fell in the trap. I kind of fell in the trap by quote tweeting the heckle morph how he morphs because that popped me. So I do feel bad for quote tweeting that, but like I'm kind of glad that I was sleeping and then I was at work for like all day, and with my job I can't check my phone, like, so I kind of avoided like social media all day. And then I just watched the first episode on the train and didn't really check Twitter too much.
I did the for the login. I did like the nav, like I downloaded it and I put it on Google Drive, but my own side of it, not the one I share with everyone else. Just for
Now, of course, since you are on episode 5, you saw Ollie's new evil suit, right?
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
It's a kit bash. It looks okay. I feel like maybe that's how they should have upgraded most of the other suits, like most of the other suits, instead of like the Cosmic Fury chest. Like, it is sort of like the vest and the shoulder pads that they've sort of spray painted, but it's a pretty good Evil Ranger suit. Like, I was not expecting Ollie to get a whole new outfit when he became like an Evil Ranger. And
it's great. I just hate during the far away shots, top heavy.
Yeah,
legs.
Like close up, it looks really good. Like the shoulder pads looks really great. Wide shots, not digging the sort of like the vest it's got going on.
I'm also glad he wasn't evil for like one episode.
Yeah,
I was surprised. This man stays evil for a while.
Because like I was worried about that when it was leaked. Rumors, not confirmed.
Yeah.
And I was like,
leaked.
I was like, dude, if it's only 10 episodes, like that's what 2 episodes. I thought we are gonna get like the Kamen Rider thing, 2 episode arcs, like throughout the whole entire thing. No, like I said before, like I tried to like navigate how to say things. It plays straight through.
Exactly. Like, and I was indeed surprised that they kept this man as evil as they did. And I was like, that goes into play with the Lord Zed stepfather vibes, because it was not just to like, new tentacle chick, but it was also to Ollie, because he was definitely being super stepdad to him as well, giving him like life lessons on how to be evil and things like that, which I thought was like a really good touch. And I was like, I really like this take on Lord Zed. I really do.
That's why I kind of was like, I wish like this team yes, Simon included, got to cook for 20
I
episodes.
finished this whole bottle of sake throughout this entire stream.
Nice. I wish they let
Nice.
them do 20 episodes, honestly.
Just in time on the 3-hour mark as well.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And this was the one I thought was going to be the shortest one because we're talking Power Rangers. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of things like, what do you think about it? Like, because Ash keeps up with Power Rangers probably more than both of us combined. But for the standpoint of,
I mean, we'll probably have more to talk about next
Yeah.
week once he actually finishes it. We can go into deep.
But even then,
spoilers.
it's like without spoilers, just talking about the franchise as a whole because it's 30 years. Like you could talk.
And the thing is, I was pleasantly surprised. I was going into this like people know me. Like I've been out of Power Rangers so long that when it comes to watching this, I go into it very negative, and I was going into Dino Fury actually with a negative light, and I ended up enjoying it.
That's what's like surprises me, because you said you hadn't touched Power Rangers since Dino Thunder. I was thinking, are you going to be one of like the fans who just don't vibe with the new era of Power Rangers, like the Hasbro Neo Saban era? But hearing that you like enjoyed it is like really cool to hear. Like that.
I still don't know the other ones though.
Well, yeah, I think maybe the seasons before this might not hit the same notes, but I feel with this one in particular, it hits the right vibes of being an old fan and then being a parent on top of it. Yeah. Because it definitely jives with all of those vibes. So
that's definitely good. Like I'm excited, Ash, for you to finish watching it so we can discuss how we can get
it. I'm hopefully gonna do it today. Like if I can smash out all those reviews.
So we can figure out how we can continue it in a trade paperback.
Yes.
Give it to Ryan. Give it to Melissa. Give us a trade.
Give it to Matt. Give it to Matt.
Yep.
Matt needs to write more comics.
Yeah. Saying I'm not going to continue it as YouTube shorts of myself being superimposed into.
I was gonna. Listen. It's bad now when I see stuff. I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna review this, but I can see the bits already. Like I have bits ideas.
There were certain things that I was watching with Cosmic Freed, and I was like, "Ooh, I might have to use that. I might have to follow things up with that." It's there, especially. Well, I don't know. I'm with my work weeks recently, and then with the King-Ohger bit that I did this past week, I'm like max burnt out because I was not that was a minute and a half long bit that took 2 days to edit on top of my actual day job.
Well, I mean, honestly, like I understand it. Like
it's work. It's work. I was just like, I got to do it. I got to put in this opening bit. And I was like, am I going to commit to it? Sure. I filmed it all in one day, but editing it took 2 days on top of my day job. So it was work. See, if I had all the free time in the world, no, I needed something that actually pays the bills. Doing YouTube does not pay the bills. So no, I couldn't do it.
I was like, wow.
I would just say, if YouTube actually paid the bills, sure, I could fully commit to these bits, but I can't because YouTube does not pay the bills. It doesn't. It comes close to paying one bill. Actually, no, it pays gas and water. It pays gas and water. That's it.
Like, I think like my monthly YouTube feeds, it will either pay some bills, like little bills, like maybe a phone bill, maybe some food shopping, but it's not paying all the bills.
Yep.
No, my stuff usually goes back into things like
internet, mine as well, depending on
Well,
I would just now got my first YouTube payout too.
For at least $100 of my internet bill.
Yeah, like my merge shop literally has paid like full bills, like electric bill, gas bill, cell phone, this, that, which is great. YouTube, I just got the first one, but like the podcast and everything else, like those have always covered like smaller bills or like, I'll go buy some comics for the week, for the month.
Like I haven't had like massive paydays when it comes to YouTube recently because like views have been falling off, but they do buy like the little things that I can get, like the comics or like the figures. if they come in at the right time. So I still need the Omega Rangers. I'm still trying to find them.
Which I guess
Yeah.
this serves as like word of advice to anybody trying to start up a YouTube
Don't
channel.
do it for the wrong
No,
reasons.
yeah, don't do it for the financial
But
reasons.
don't do it
for
for
a
the money.
hobby.
Do
I've
it for
literally
the
said it
passion or hobby.
on my podcast when I started writing back in 2007, freelance like video games and comic stuff. I only wanted it so I can go to conventions. That was it. I mean, yeah, I made some money. The next thing I'm going to conventions and I'm meeting more people, and I'm like, this is cool. I was like, I like this. I'm making friends. I'm getting like just enjoying it, learning things I didn't know about. The next thing you know, it's like I completely forgot about the monetary side of it. Nah, I'm just kidding.
I
They paid me a lot to go to New
enjoy,
York Comic Con. It was great. Pay for my hotel.
the entire thing when it comes to like doing these videos, they're like a good escapism for us. Probably like when it comes to like our day jobs, it breaks the monotony.
Yeah, because I don't have anyone on. I don't talk to a lot of people on Twitter about the comics because not everyone reads the comics. Like it's a good sort of like I can talk into a mic and make it seem like I'm doing a pod, like sort of like how my videos are formatted. It's like a mini podcast, one man podcast of talking about the comics. So I'm talking about King-Ohger because like I don't have many friends and stuff like that keep up with it. So it's sort of like something that I can talk about with other people too.
Speaking of, where'd your friends go that were in the chat?
They
I don't know.
They were like 3 hours. We ain't got time for that shit.
See, if Ash
like
wasn't
he
on
messaged
Australian
me saying like
time-
like they messaged me at 9, no not 9, like 8 a.m. saying, do you want to play Payday? I was like, I got to do a podcast at 9. I didn't tell him how long it's
still
gonna go.
a thing.
Payday Free
Payday
came
3 just
out.
came
Yeah,
out.
Payday Free came out. It's
It's
free
mid.
on Game Pass.
I think
I get it on
PC.
Oh, speaking of, there's a big chunko and huge.
Big monkey.
He's like,
Chungo.
I've been summoned.
They were instantly.
I love that. I love their little fake names that they've got in the chat.
See, now if Ash wasn't on Australian time, me and him would have started our Power Ranger comic book monthly podcast.
I mean, we can still do that. We can just try to find a way to make the time zones work. Yeah.
This was probably one of the busiest work weeks I've had all year because quarter 3 just started, and I'm just like, I bought Blue Beetle on digital the other day because Blue Beetle got added on Amazon Prime for digital. Please go out and buy it and support it. It is so freaking good.
It only came out to Australian cinemas like at the start of the month.
I will get it when I get it.
It's so good, and it's like one of those things. My wife enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I was like, man, that James Gunn had to open his mouth saying nothing is canon until Superman Legacy comes out. And I'm like, bro, you just did an interview like a month ago saying that Blue Beetle kicks off your new DCU and that he's going to continue to show up and stuff. And now you're just flat out saying, oh no, you only made $120 million in theaters because it opening weekend in the area where the demographic would be in Southern California. There's a hurricane, so no one went to go see it. It's like,
well, at least we got Cobra Kai to look forward to.
Oh, I can't wait.
Then
we got the movie, which apparently is not anything to do with the show or any previous ones yet. Jackie Chan's returning.
Wait, Jackie Chan's returning for what?
The next Karate Kid.
Oh, the next Karate. Okay.
I
forgot Sony was doing that Karate
Kid. But are they tying it into like actual Karate Kid?
I don't know, but TokuPunk said Blue Beetle was mid, so they are dead to me.
Look, I'll save my judgment for Blue Beetle once I watch it as the resident Hispanic of the group.
I mean, I live in San Diego and I pass because everyone thinks I am. So I got this. It throws them off.
I mean, I actually am Hispanic. Yo hablo español, all that good stuff. So
I'm not going to start speaking Spanish because that'll sound racist. I don't get canceled because I know Spanish.
Do you say it with such a bad accent?
No, I don't even use an accent. I just overly enunciate the syllables. I can't.
Go for it.
Nah, I'm good.
This is the moment. This is the time.
Do it. We've got 39 people here. Okay. You got 39 people here. I want to see this.
Okay. So usually, like, because like I get asked all the time out here for like directions, and I'm like, oh, hola, ¿cómo estás? Ah, bien, y tú, amigo? And they're like, ¿dónde está? I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, what? I'm like, you don't have to finish that. They're like, why? I'm like, I don't even know what you're gonna say after that. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't understand.
I
That's
can't
as much-
explain that one part of me explaining that one part to you.
Yeah.
So the thing is, when you start speaking in Spanish, they pick up on your accent and they
Yeah.
try and figure out where you're from
Yeah.
based off of that accent. Now the thing is, when I start speaking Spanish, they know you're from the Caribbean. You're either Cuban or Puerto Rican. That's it.
I got a lady get mad at me because I wasn't Puerto Rican once. And I was like, no, I'm like, they're like, but you look, I'm like, no, I'm Italian, native, African. They're like, well, you know, Africans are Puerto Rican. I'm like, well, I'm Africa. Okay.
The things,
like,
that's the thing. It's like anybody that's mixed race just looks Hispanic, and that's because Hispanic folks are mixed race. That's the fun fact that people don't get.
I know. That's why I was like, and they're like, so you don't know any Spanish? I'm like, no.
Got 'em.
I was like, I just know enough to like casual conversations, but I can't like, especially because there's so many different dialects too. Because people don't realize you take it in high school, you're learning to go to Spain, not
Spain
Cabo
or
San
Mexico.
Lucas. Yeah, not all the other regions. There's different dialect. There's slang depending on which area you are. LA Spanish has different slang than San Diego's Spanish. Same as Florida. It's like there's so many different. I was like, it's like English here versus the South versus the Northeast versus English, the Queen's English. It's like there's different dialects for it, and I'm like, yeah. I was like, so I told him, I was like, no, I just don't know.
I mean, I found out early on in my life about the different dialects because there's certain things that I could say in Puerto Rican Spanish that technically would be offensive in Mexican Spanish and vice versa.
Yeah.
So there are those.
But
yeah, look,
there's some things I can't say at the barbecue, and there's some things I can say around the white friends.
It just depends on what you bring to the barbecue. First off, So
potato salad
just depends
all the time. Potato salad all the time, but not regular potatoes. You got to use those little Russell potatoes.
I always bring pre-seasoned ribs. I'm that guy. I'm
Dry
the
rub?
guy that's just like I'm gonna let y'all cook this meat I've had marinating for a day. And then everybody wants that meat, and then they're mad they don't get the meat. Why didn't I get Ricardo's meat? Well, you're gonna get so. By the way, yes, the real name is Ricardo. So yeah,
my real name is not Mark, by the way.
That's the spicy jalapeno of the twist.
Everything behind me is all green screen. This is all fake.
Okay, all right, sure.
I'm gonna take a photo of this one day. I'm gonna have the green screen. I'm gonna lift up the green screen. There's gonna be nothing behind me. That's like that's commitment to the bit long term.
All right, so we are 3 hours 12 minutes in. We cutting it?
Yes.
We cutting it?
Yep, we cutting it.
Someone wants you to drop your rib marinade.
I'm not gonna drop that. It's hella spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Should be.
So it's all that good stuff. So, Ash, what you got to plug besides all of your Cosmic Fury reviews as you're doing
them? Oh yeah, I'll be probably doing more after this podcast. So we've got Ranger Academy dropping on Wednesday. I will have a review. I probably won't have a review out for that because I've read it and it's. Don't know if I can spoil this. Don't know if I'm breaking any.
We're not the demographic for this.
We're not. I'm not the demographic, but it could be something that other people might be interested in.
Does Ranger Academy?
What do you mean by other people, Ash?
Because I've heard some people complaining about Ranger Academy.
Shut up. Not for me. Other people. No, I didn't mean it like that. No,
I know you didn't. I said it right in my review of the
Ranger Academy is basically like Yu-Gi-Oh and GX. It's Yu-Gi-Oh GX meet Power Rangers. Like even the Academy, how it's set up.
Do they summon Power Rangers?
No.
Okay, so
are they being trained to be mooks?
No, they're being trained. So each house, it's like Slyther, red and stuff like that. Each house though is like blue, green, and they'll have guest lecturers and this and that are like Billy Cranston or Adam, or this like all the different ones over different colors for their houses, kind of like a Harry Potter type thing, but without magic. And it's geared towards say a legacy character is there. That's to hook in people like us. But the tone in this net is more
kid friendly,
young adult, kid friendly.
The comic is rated A for all ages. While the Boom comics, the Boom Studio, the main comics are rated like T for teen. You could say so.
very
This is-
inclusive of a comic as well.
Very, yeah, very inclusive of a comic as
You
well.
got furries in there?
No,
Not yet.
Except for that, they're not included with anything.
How about
There's a
bug
goat in there, but
people?
it's not a goat person.
No bug people? Okay.
I just thought of
No bug.
McAvoy from
Oh god, if there's a spider, if
I
there's
know
a
it's
spider waifu that shows up in there, you might like
Spider
mark him.
substitute teacher comes in. Mark's gonna be like, I'm buying
like
alternate covers.
So there is it was in the 30th anniversary. There was like
A Billy story where
Billy.
yeah, Billy's like
for
a
the
lecturer
Ranger
and
Academy.
like somehow the Ranger Academy can like jump through like space and time and they get these guest lecturers on there.
So Billy just going into college was like already being a guest lecturer like from a future academy. So there's no time. They can do wormhole. It's a lot of wormhole stuff. I can tell you right now they're never going to explain any of that stuff, so you don't need to worry about being confused.
Okay, that sounds weird.
Reading that was cool from a Billy standpoint, but it was like one of those things where it's like, all right, this is
and this thing was announced over a year ago, and it's being released over a year ago.
Issue 0 came out in April or May, the first week of May.
Yeah.
So
this
the
was
kid
announced.
who
I gotta
can
send you the comics, Ash. I
uncancel
keep
others,
forgetting.
but
I'm
not
horrible at this.
himself.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Is that an ability someone has?
That's mine.
You can uncancel others, but not yourself.
I'm intrigued by your review though, Ash, because like I don't think, especially after the only person I knew who was gonna review it is like super canceled and has no channel or Twitter anymore.
No.
So I don't know who's
they left
going
the internet. We'll probably have to talk about that after the show.
Yeah,
I gotta get on some of these dishes, sure. After the stream. What's not on here? This is what should be like a members only stream. It's like the after stream banter.
I thought about doing something like that because
I did get prompted up by YouTube of like, you want to do like members only streams? I'm like,
then I gotta offer other content to make it worth it. It's like, but no, I'm really curious about your review because, and I'll wait for the video to go live so you get the analytics, obviously, because like, as someone else who's an adult male who reads the comics, this is such a unique way they're trying to capture the young adults instead of I don't know, going the way the 90s comic was.
If I'd say maybe go listen to the Range Command Power Hour episode they did a while ago, and Rolliver and Ben and everyone else, they go over it pretty well.
Yeah, I talked about it with Rolliver and Ben on Rolliver's stream. We talked about it with Cosmic.
I need to jump on that. I need to jump on that.
Dude,
I
it's
need
so
to
much
jump
fun.
on this.
Wildly
I want to jump on that Henshin and Homies, Tokusatsu House Party. I want to jump on all that.
I mean, just hit them up. I mean, Frankie from Henshin and Homies is on my Discord server. You can just hit them up.
I don't reach out. They come to me. They got to pay my appearance fee.
I feel like
people just don't reach out to me. That's the
same. No, I really don't. People will, and then they'll make me come up with the content ideas. I'm like, no, if you want to collab, you got to like bring us on the table. Sorry.
Like the thing is, if I reach out, I feel like I'm sort of like, hey, big superstar, have me on. Like I don't want to seem like I'm stroking that much of an ego, but it's cool to see who they get on like randomly when their streams go live, like when they had Josh and stuff and on there.
I see a lot of people like they have their friends, and that's the cool thing. It's like, hey, friends hanging out talking. Then every once in a while, have someone else coming out, and then
I mean, people say I'm a hard person to reach, and I'm like, but my Discord button is on the description of every single video.
If you click on show email on the YouTube page, it's connected to the email that gets the notifications. You can always reach out.
Yeah, even my email is tied to all that as well. But one's like,
sidebar, my email's for business contact only. I actually had someone email me today because I showed excitement for a horror game, right? And someone literally started spamming my business email, being like, hey, I want to know, you showed excitement for this, but did you know the main producer of the head of the studio liked a racist tweet? And I'm like, what was it? Tell me. And then he showed me a screenshot. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, that's a good tweet. I was like, are you mad because it's racist or are you mad because it's correct? And he's like, and I'm like, what? You reached out to me. You went to my business email. Let's talk about like, I'm still gonna play the game. Like, stream it.
But yeah, find me on Deoxy360, on the YouTubes, the Twitters. I got Cosmic Fury stuff coming out. I've got King-Ohger Gotchard reviews coming out. Maybe Gotchard. Maybe I might stop the Gotchard reviews.
Gotchard.
I'm thinking about stopping.
We've got, like I said, comic stuff
Take
going
these
on, and
bricks,
then
throw
maybe
them away.
post. Yeah, just gonna get a Gotchard driver through their window with a note, make a better show. But yeah, I think that's all I've got to say.
All right, Mark, what you got going on?
Nothing. Wife's doing dishes. Not really a lot. So I've actually also been contemplating stopping Gotchard just because I don't want to. I kind of don't want to review stuff anymore. Does that sound weird? Like I go through these phases where I'm like, I don't want to review anything right now. Like I don't. It's like a chore, which is why my quality of edits has dropped drastically in the last 6 months. A lot of comic book stuff. I'm gonna actually be dabbling in comic book reviews now because I've been trying to find time because we got Darkest Hour. I got the new Green Lantern War Journal because freaking it's great. We got the Dead Lucky, like Parallax is back in Green Arrow. It's amazing. A lot of comics. Still going live.
Wait. Hold on. You said Parallax is back
in Green Arrow. Oh, you didn't know Parallax killed and brought Green Arrow originally?
No.
So Parallax is back. Parallax is back.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I was like, dude, it's so good. I don't even pull DC now. I'm like everything. I still do streams tomorrow. I'm going to be building Shin Kamen Rider, the figurized standard, because I made room on my shelf because the Wizard and the Gaim have been released. Wizard. No, I have Wizard and I have Drive. Gaim just got announced. So that means they're saving Kiva for last because Kiva is the last kit not announced. They knew better. They're like, do we announce Gaim last or do we announce Peak? So they announced Kiva last. So I'm trying to cut through all those. And that's it. Nerd name Mark on everything. You can subscribe if you want. I don't know why. Like people keep subscribing, but like, I don't know. Like, I'm lazy with my edits. I don't know why you guys keep subscribing. I really don't. Like I gained like 8 subscribers yesterday. I didn't even put anything out. Like I was like, what? Like what are you guys doing? Like, and I watch what they're watching. I'm like, yo, you know what? You're all watching old content like reactions. I don't even do reactions. So if you're following wanting reactions, like you're not gonna get them.
It's weird how like reaction videos get legacy views, here and there.
I'm pulling
or
in
tier list videos.
Like
people want me to do more tier list stuff.
Yeah, it's all reactions.
It's
all Revice reactions. I don't know why.
I guess people are just getting into Revice because Gotchard is so boring.
Dude, the Tamaki one with like when he like lost it when his friend got like mega.
That was like peak moment for him. That was like top character development.
I'm getting like 1,000 views a month on that thing. Like still.
That was a good moment.
So long.
I love that episode so fucking much.
All right, you know what's fucked up? It's monetized.
There you go. Get that money, get that bread.
Yeah, they totally didn't care. Actually, they tried to strike it. Then I hit them with a lettered response, and they shut their mouth. And follow Cloudy because Cloudy doesn't actually like upload anything. He's still working on projects that he just doesn't want to tell us about.
He's trying to launch a channel.
And then Don Clan still streams. They've been playing D&D, but like Toku related. I don't watch it because honestly I can't watch D&D because that shit's weird. But like I can play it, but I can't watch other people play
Well, the thing is, they kind of had some competition for a while from another channel that was doing a similar thing, but it looks like they dropped that. So
no, it's behind a paywall.
Oh, why would you? Okay, all right, cool. I always wonder why people monetize certain things and not others. For me, if I was to like monetize anything, it'd be like, you want these opening bits? You want these hard edits?
Yeah.
Paywall.
Listen, here's the thing. I may not be friends with everyone and talk to everyone who's a content creator in the Toku space, but I definitely know what everyone's working on.
I just put in a lot of effort into some of the shit that I do.
Zio puts in so much effort, I don't have to anymore. I just sit back and I'm like, I'm just going to talk in front of my camera.
Sometimes I even wonder, like, why do I try so hard? I look at like my peers, other people that do Toku reviews, and I'm like, these guys aren't doing bits like I'm doing. Why am I trying so hard? Why am I doing this?
Indirectly, I'm making you look better as a content creator. And I did that on purpose, by the way. I'm trying to elevate you. Also, congrats on 3,000.
Oh, yeah, that was the thing that happened this week, I guess. So I was too busy working to make a note of it, but I was like, oh, I guess it happened. I did hit 3K subs finally.
It's like they hit 1,000 and 3 people unsubbed, and I already made the post about hitting 1,000. I was like, well, fuck me, right?
I did have a dream that I hit 3K and some change, and then I instantly refreshed the page and it dropped down to 290, 29.97, something like that. And I was like, oh, they didn't like the bit. But I haven't actually looked at the analytics recently, so.
I'm lazy young man named Mark, and you're hardworking old man Zio. Yeah, I'm older than you. I'll take it.
Okay. All right. Cool. What do I got to promote? Well, tomorrow, I guess I will be doing a live stream after Mark, not at the same time as Mark, sometime in the afternoon, because tomorrow is actually 2 years since I restarted up this channel. When I posted up my first new video, which was the Shin Kamen Rider, look at the trailer and comparison of it.
I made a promise in my 1-year congratulations video to you. I need to go get a red wig. I need to film a bit before tomorrow.
I mean, Cloudy's and some people on the Discord have apparently been cooking something. And apparently half of a certain video I can't even play on the YouTube. And Cloudy's saying that after I play his portion of the video, I have to promise not to kick him off my server. Because it's apparently that bad.
I wasn't invited to collab or anything. Oh, those assholes. They knew I'd upstage them in whatever it is.
Well, because I asked people to roast me.
That's right. Yeah, and I refuse because
unlike other folks on the internet, I can actually take some criticism. So
that's why I refuse, because I'm horrible and I cross lines and boundaries, and I'll get us both canceled at the same time.
So I asked some folks to just roast me. Just go for it. I don't care. It's whatever.
Sinking the ship. Taking y'all with me. Women and children, they're going too. They're in the bow of the ship.
That cancellation was bad 2 weeks ago. Wait till you see what Mark. No, I think
I was like, I started this myself.
I mean, I'm sure some of the people on Twixter would like to hop in and be like, yes, I've got some roast for you. Great. That means you actually watch my stuff. Oh, wait, you didn't? I
tell you a story later on about a certain person.
Ooh, great. Sounds like some stuff going on, but yes, that's what I got going on tomorrow is that stream. At some point in time, you'll see the alert pop up when the stream is going to actually end up going live. Probably something closer to the effect of 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern time. I don't want to go too long, but at the same time, I do have Toku Rewind going on Twitch right after. So that's why I don't want the stream on YouTube to last too long, because of course we gotta finish Saber and we gotta start getting caught up in Geki Ranger to finish it by the end. So the live stream that I'm going to be doing on tomorrow is going to be on YouTube because it's a YouTube anniversary. And then after we go on to Twitch for Toku Rewind because copyright infringement. You can't.
Toku Punk's just coming at me.
Just can't be doing that. Anyway, I guess that's it for all of us.
Yes.
Until next time. Bye.